This is the Riot Squadcast, a supporter-driven show dedicated to LA Galaxy news, information, and opinions. Here's your hosts, Ed Rodriguez and Chris Zero Cool Tucker.
Welcome to the Riot Squadcast. My name is Ed Rodriguez, and we are here live on a beautiful, beautiful, cold night in Gardena, California. Oh man, it is going to be a big show, a long show. We do have a couple things we're going to get to eventually with the Biggest Loser winner, the winner of the jersey raffle. That's happening today.
It's a big show today.
It's kind of a big show.
Trying to come in with high energy.
Kind of big show.
Trying to be
Kind of big show.
All right.
Kind of big show. No, but thank you guys for joining us tonight. We appreciate it. There is quite a bit of Galaxy news that we're going to talk about today. A lot that came out today, right before we were going to go on the show. Like, I've had like the show notes ready since yesterday, and like now, like, that's fine.
I don't know what he's yelling.
We'll just ignore him like always.
Ben's on his super secret mic, trying to whisper into our ears, but it's not on. It doesn't do anything. So like I hear you speaking. I haven't heard you out of that microphone. I hear you speaking. You may as well just speak into your actual microphone. And you use the secret microphone to not disrupt the show, but we keep having conversations about the fact that we can't hear you on the secret microphone.
Fuck Tucker. Tucker sucks.
It's a shorter distraction if you were like Tucker back in it.
Chris.
Yeah.
What's going on, sir?
I'm at the end of my rope. No, man, I'm good. I don't understand. I hear you speaking. I don't hear the microphone at all, ever. Literally ever. Weeks and weeks and weeks. I'm good, Ed. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Just wonderful. Just completely
I fucking
wonderful.
hate this winter semester. I want it to be over.
Yeah, and I we're both at the tunnel. We see the tunnel. It's there. We're almost there. So close.
I got my shirt open like a Miami businessman.
You need like what do they call it? Where the hair comes out of the top of the.
I don't know. I can't grow that chest hair.
Well, Ben, it's like meat or like taco meat or something.
Oh,
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Anyways, someone in the chat help me out.
I don't know that. I've never heard that phrase. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just don't know it.
Anyways, I had a question. When's the last time you guys been to the dentist?
I don't know. You gotta ask my wife. She schedules all those things.
It's because I actually went, and I have to get some dental work, and I'm like, ugh, that's why I don't go. It's been probably like a decade since I've been.
Jesus Christ. Okay, well I've definitely gone more recently than that.
Well, luckily it's just I guess I had one tooth that was broken, so now I gotta get a root canal.
Okay.
Which I've had before, and I'm like, ugh.
So I have a broken tooth, but it's a broken wisdom tooth that they can't take out. Or they tried to take it out.
They were like, nah.
Well, I told you the story. They put me under, and I woke up during they put like
Please tell me you were like swinging on somebody.
So there's a dentist's office that I'm not exactly welcome back at. You should tell your story. I'm not trying to overshadow your story. Please.
No, because like today I went to the dentist 3 times in the last 4 days because I went for like a general checkup.
Jesus.
And they were like, yeah, you got a couple cavities that we got to take care of.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay. So then I went back yesterday. I got 2 done because they don't let you do if it's like both sides of your lower jaw. They're like, no, we can't because you get numbed. So we can't have you like have your whole face like numbed up.
You gotta have something working.
Yeah. So I went yesterday and today, and then I have like a consultation in like a couple weeks for the root canal, and I'm like, oh god, Dude, that's why I don't want to go to see a doctor because they're gonna tell me shit's wrong. I don't want to go to a dentist and be like, hey, shit's wrong.
I'm not gonna lie, man. My story was way better. My dentist. I don't want to be.
I
that
told
guy.
you to. I wasn't interrupting you.
Do you want me?
I told you. I knew your story was gonna be better. That's why I didn't interrupt you.
I seriously haven't told you the story.
I don't. You might have, but I just don't remember.
So it was, Ben, I definitely haven't told you. It was when I had all 4 wisdom teeth. I have 2 wisdom teeth currently in my mouth. And I have one's like completely sideways. It's fucking all my shit up. The other one is broken, and I guess they need to laser or cut open my jaw or a piece of my. They have to like way in the back
with lasers,
so that they can so that they can take the pieces out. So they, I'm a big dude. I'm fat. I'm comfortably chunky. They got to give me a lot of anesthesia, to keep me down. So they give me anesthesia. Jamie, thank you very much. I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling like I'm beginning to see it in the face. So they give me this anesthesia, right? And I'm secretly, I was telling Erica, I was a little concerned about the laughing gas, because you see people on YouTube making an ass out of themselves.
Yeah.
And I don't want. I told her, I was like, "Don't you film that shit? I'm gonna leave it."
I don't want some like deep dark secret coming out.
No, it's buried for a reason.
Exactly.
This is why I drink. But I was concerned about the laughing gas, right? So they knock me out. They tell you, if you've gotten this procedure done, they tell you we're going to count down from 100, go backwards. By the time you get to like 97, you're out.
You're done. Yeah. I had to get under when I had my wisdom or my root canal done.
So I like Batman.
Oh, please tell me you woke up and were like, "Where is she?"
No. So there's
George.
Joker.
George.
Oh, please. There's a story. Yeah, George, this is definitely your drawing. There's a story.
If there's ever a drawing that he wants so badly, it's for him to be as Batman.
I've already been Black Panther. I've already been Lando Calrissian.
It'd be great if he was Joker instead. He was Joker.
I respect the Joker. Look, Joker is a very important part of Batman's life. But there's a story in Batman where he's conditioned his brain to work almost as like a default. So in the event something ever happens that knocks Batman or Bruce Wayne unconscious, this secondary consciousness will kick in and defend the secret of Batman. So I'm in under the anesthesia and I start waking up. I don't remember any of this, but like I'm in and I start waking up. So they give me more anesthesia to like send me back down, and I'm fighting the anesthesia and I'm waking up out of the anesthesia. And Erica tells me this. I don't know whether she was in the room and got to hear this or whether the doctor reported this back to her, but like as I'm fighting to try to get out of the anesthesia, they're like trying to hold me down. They're like, Mr. Tucker, you got to stop. And I'm like, they can't stop my Batman brain. They can't stop my Batman brain. And like, I was supposed to get all 4 wisdom teeth out that day, and
they're like, we're done.
I was trying to fight them, dude. I was like, I don't know. It's just a default. Again, Bruce Wayne-esque.
Yeah.
Secondary backup.
Well, you know why that's the case, right?
Why?
Because #Rich Galaxy fans.
Rich Galaxy fans can set up mental.
Bruce Wayne
mental
would definitely be
like
a Galaxy fan because he's just rich. That's how we work. That's how we do.
Yeah.
We don't got to worry about how much anything costs because we can just be like, yeah, just swipe the card. Whatever.
Everything will be fine.
Ben, I don't know if you saw this whole debacle that happened over the weekend with #Rich Galaxy fans.
No, I didn't. Sorry, dude. I just won an auction.
On eBay or what?
Yeah. For
what jersey?
It's awful.
It's funny you say a jersey. I mean, it's All Blacks jersey.
Oh, nice.
Are you going all in on those?
Well, yeah, I got the Maori All Blacks one, which is pretty sweet.
You're into rugby, right?
You should have kept it over here.
Oh, yeah. I know. I should have kept it in here.
I got to get into rugby. Somebody's got to get me into rugby. Someone teach me rugby.
I'll teach you rugby.
Well, didn't they have like the sevens or whatever it was for a lot of times over at Home Depot Center?
Yeah, that's a huge party, man. The sevens is always fun.
But I'm always going to go to the sevens, and then I never go.
Yeah.
Like I want someone to like
to physically
take the reins in getting me into rugby. I want to get into rugby.
The new
I need
major
a team.
league the new Major League Rugby team in LA is playing at the Collie.
We got a team?
It's at the Coliseum, yeah.
What's the team name?
The Guiltinis.
We need a better name.
Yeah,
I agree. They're pink and teal.
Okay, the colors I'm back in on.
Okay,
the colors, that's how you get me. The Miami Vice colors.
But if they open it up, I mean it's a 90,000 seat stadium to maybe draw 10,000 tops, 15,000.
Oh, I think that's a lot. I think you're overshooting that.
Yeah, probably.
Holy shit! The Seattle Seawolves are back-to-back Major League Rugby champions.
Dude, look at some of the bad dude. You want to see some badass badges? Go look at
Can't have this.
Go look at I think New York Rugby's got a pretty badass
Chris
badge.
is about to
We're really the guilty.
dive
That's
deep into
awful,
like
man.
a major league.
Yeah, go
Major
look,
League Rugby.
look at
Rugby.
the DC. You could look at DC's rugby team, man. Look at their badge. Old Glory. It's pretty sweet.
DC.
Yeah.
He's gonna look up he's gonna go in the rabbit hole now.
Old Glory DC. That's a pretty dope badge.
Ben, you
Yeah.
didn't see any of that
That's a
stuff
sweet
going
soccer
on
badge.
about the
No,
hashtag
man.
Rich Galaxy fans?
No, I gotta pay this.
Oh my god,
Auction though.
you're such a good producer, Ben. I appreciate you, the work you do.
It's not like they won't wait. That's cool.
You don't have to instantly pay for the jersey. Like,
What did you think?
oh my god, you suck, Ben. I thought it was funny. And here's the thing,
Okay, I'm done.
Galaxy people. Let those people just like they're you're not going to convince them that MLS and the Galaxy are like better are going to be a good league that they're going to watch. Like they don't care. Obviously they don't care.
No, but I if I may counter,
Yeah.
they definitely learned a lesson.
Yeah.
You don't have to respect the quality on the field. This is still a league.
You cannot deny that there is a big passionate following.
They come for you.
Yeah.
They will come for you. Like that's the one thing, and they're going to keep hounding you and bothering you, because it's a ravenous fan base. You don't have to agree with the quality, but this was the same outlook that there was for the A-League earlier on, when it was like, yeah, there's not a lot of them, and the soccer's not amazing, but the people who are into A-League football are really fucking into it. That's Major League Soccer. You don't have to. Are we the rich? We're the rich team, apparently.
Apparently.
I took the honors, if you don't mind. I wrote down some of my favorite hashtag Rich
Oh
Galaxy
yeah,
fans.
please.
And obviously, any of our listeners are more than welcome to head on over to Twitter, type in, go to the search, type in hashtag Rich Galaxy fans, see some of your favorites.
Yeah, and I love on the Lars Discord we were already discussing what tifo and what banners we would post.
How to incorporate it.
Yeah.
Hashtag Rich Galaxy fans only wear green hats because it reminds them of money. Hashtag Rich Galaxy fans diversify their bonds, nigga.
Is that what the gif of the Wu-Tang from the Chappelle Show? Nice.
Just went to Starbucks in my hashtag LA Galaxy jersey and told them to give me the biggest size cup they have for my drink. Hashtag Rich Galaxy fans. That was by our good friends at LA Galaxy Fan Talk. Hashtag Rich Galaxy fans buy kettle corn at Dignity Health Sports Park, but don't finish it. Take it to their car, but forget about it until they find it in their car at the next game. They taste it and discover it's still crispy, but they forget about it. They forget to take it into the stadium, so they just buy another one.
Wow.
It gets complicated.
Yeah.
And then my favorite one, I'll bounce out on this one. Absolute favorite one. Hashtag Rich Galaxy fans own a Cayman Islands national team jersey. And it all started with Bruce, our good buddy at BWM121, Brucey.
Yeah.
And his was, I'm so rich that I buy $8 water at Dignity Health Sports Park and waste the water by spraying it everywhere when we score. How do you like to show off how rich you are as a Galaxy fan?
Oh,
Hashtag
yeah.
Rich Galaxy fans.
It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, besides the whole Rich Galaxy fan thing, where someone is going to purchase a $15 Corona and like just dump it for when we win it.
The first thing I thought about was a Rich Galaxy fan is every single person who has bought those expensive ass cookies and bailed me out when I was really, really, really stoned.
Are we talking about the bucket of cookies?
Yeah. And I
Didn't we talk about this last week or a week before?
I'm sure it happens a lot, but I occasionally get too intoxicated at Galaxy games, and it's nice to have people so willingly to be like, here, man, here's a warm cookie. You know how great. Think right now, wherever you're at listening to this, how amazing it would be if somebody handed you a warm cookie.
I'm so hashtag Rich Galaxy fan that I buy the super nachos.
What's in the super? I don't even know this exists.
I don't buy the food at the stadium anymore.
It's been a year and a half. But yeah, it was great. It was good fun for Galaxy Twitter.
Good fun time.
Undefeated as always.
As always, you guys are amazing when it comes to ripping on people on Twitter. Good time. That is very fun stuff. Should we get into the Biggest Loser stuff?
Let's do it.
Let's announce that. So thank you guys. We did participate in the month-long Biggest Loser Challenge where, it is beginning of the year. A lot of people have the New Year's resolution of losing weight. So
New year, new me.
New year, new me. So what we try to do is incorporate that because we've done this before a couple times. This is our third time we've done this.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to say thank you to everyone who Nachos Camachos. That's what it was called. I remember that. That was awesome. Thank you, Alvaro.
That was a nice fat guy moment for you.
Yeah.
That's segue right there. That's professional segue.
It was basically like the loaded nachos. That's what it was.
Okay.
So yeah. Anyways, back to losing weight.
They have like meat on them and shit.
It was everything.
Oh.
It was literally everything.
That's a shame.
Sorry, bringing up my Excel spreadsheet. I did want to thank everyone who participated. For those who did participate, I think we originally had how many?
I'm looking okay right now.
23 participants in the beginning.
Myself on this thing.
Originally 23 people.
What's up, y'all?
Nice. Originally 23 people put in their weights. 8 of you sent in your ending weight. So thank you guys for contributing and playing along and losing weight.
Thank you for coming to the end with us.
So before we start all the winners and everything, I want to give some numbers, right? So the starting weight of every single participant, including us in the studio, was 6,679 pounds. Ben, do you remember what the equivalent to that was in animals?
So that is the equivalent of an Indian elephant. Oh, wait, but there's more.
Okay.
Not just an Indian elephant. Also a hippopotamus. Wait, there's still more.
Jesus.
Because we like Nachos Camachos, it is also, if you add in an American bison.
That's the combined weight of...
The combined weight...
Of 26 participants in the weight loss challenge?
You know what that tells me?
What does that tell you?
That tells me that Victoria Street Park is built like a motherfucker, man.
Well, here's the thing.
I mean, Section 138, they must have they reinforced that sucker.
Hey, man.
You know what they say back in the Roman days, where it's like if you were part of the high society, the rich Romans.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You were heftier.
There's a lot of places around the world
bigger,
that's still
because you
culture.
ate. These poor soccer fans, these poor whatever.
It's not the situation.
They don't
we have
eat.
Here. That's not the situation we have here.
But this is # Rich Galaxy fans.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right.
So should we give ours first, or do we want to give the winner of the jersey first?
Let's
do
give a little
ours.
suspense. Yeah, let's
do ours. Okay. Christopher.
Mm-hmm.
Christopher started out at 264.6.
That's true.
He has ended at 258.2, losing 6.4 pounds at a percentage of 2.41%.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Congratulations,
I
sir.
will take that.
I started off at 264.3. Today ended at 250.7.
Ballin'.
Losing 13.6 pounds, 5.14%. And our winner of the Squadcast in-house
contest.
Benjamin, starting weight at 241, ending weight 217.5, losing 23.5 pounds, a percentage of 9.75%.
Like
That is, you know what? That kind of sucks that I lost 24 pounds. Is like not even 10% of my body weight.
That's a shit ton of weight, though, man.
Dude, it was mandatory. I have a DOT physical coming up where I had to lose weight, or they were gonna put me on like a CPAP machine that records how I sleep and sends it back in. If I don't wear it, I would lose my license.
Oh,
so I was like, this was gonna happen for me no matter what, because I thought I had till May. I was eating all Christmas, no problem. I thought it wasn't due till May, and I get my letter from the DOT like the end of December saying, hey, your physical is due on February 4th.
Not reading those emails, man.
Dude, yeah, but come to it was physical mail. I'm like, so come tomorrow, dude, after my physical, we start building back up for next year.
Another one of my teachers just emailed me for next semester.
Oh, how fun. Got to get back into it, sir.
It's fucking 9:00 at night, man.
No rest for the wicked, sir. All right. So congratulations, Ben. That's a crazy amount of weight. So we'll see next year when you put all the 30 pounds back on there.
Thanks to, if anyone's interested, Factor Foods, they make the prepackaged meals. That's kind of what helped me do it.
Is that like, you were doing like a keto thing, right?
Yeah. They make a keto meal, and then I was fasting once a week, like every Wednesday, just fast until the next day.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were doing such a good job on Wednesdays because you weren't eating that day.
A little hunger never hurt anybody.
But I will say I'm proud of you, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Proud of you and seeing the work you've done, the changes you made. Ben, you've lost a ridiculous amount of weight. I think collectively we lost an Olsen twin. So it's always nice. Proud of you guys. Good job.
All
Good
right.
job, everybody.
Yeah. So let's get into the winners because they don't care about how much we lost. So again, the winner is going to get a jersey provided by good friend of the show, Mark Parker. So the winner of the 2021 Biggest Loser.
Yeah, drum roll, Ben. You got to do brrrr. This is your drum roll.
In the show that we're doing two winners. But
yeah, but
so the winner of the jersey provided by Mark Parker is Mark Parker.
Hey! Actually worked out pretty well.
So Mark Parker was the overall winner for the listeners, losing 24.6 pounds.
My man.
But we've talked to Mark, and he's going to give the jersey to the second place winner.
Mm-hmm.
So first runner up, I guess.
First runner up.
Runner up, and that is Walter Carrera.
Hey.
Losing 14.8 pounds.
Wow.
At a percent of 5.43%.
Well done.
So congrats, Walter. We'll get in contact with you to get in contact with Mark.
We have his email, Ben?
Yeah.
I will email you as soon as we end the show.
There you go. Congrats, Walter. We appreciate it. Thank you guys for participating. In total, all of us, the entire weight of everyone who participated, we lost a combined weight of 122 pounds, 0.6.
In 1 month.
In a month. 122 pounds. And that's, Ben, what you said is it's almost equivalent to a
It's almost so let's put this in perspective. As a group, we weighed as much as an African elephant, a hippopotamus.
It was an Indian elephant.
Or an Indian elephant,
Yeah.
sorry. An Indian elephant, a hippopotamus, and a bison combined. And we lost
Fuck you, Tucker.
almost we lost a Cameron Dunbar.
Almost. We were what, like 7 pounds shy
7 pounds short of a Cameron Dunbar.
of losing a Cameron Dunbar. So, I mean, congrats to everyone who participated. I mean, it's just the whole thing about getting it started.
Yeah.
So hopefully it continues.
The whole goal, usually, what's strange? Every year that we do this, we say, first place wins a jersey, second place loses weight.
Yeah.
This year, second place won a jersey.
Yeah, there you go.
And they lost weight.
So congratulations to everyone. Maybe we'll do this again in a couple months. You know, summer, get that summer bod.
Well, look, the whole goal is to just get you back on the path.
Yeah.
And
especially in this whole year, with the pandemic,
it's been a really rough year, and a lot of people have put some pounds on sitting at home. But really just trying to make it, I know for me personally, I do better when I'm working as a group, and when I know, I'm suffering along with other people who are suffering, and that, if they're suffering, I'm here to take on some of that burden with them. So it's great to see everyone kind of get back on track, and I'm working on weights now. I'm in these streets,
in these streets, pumping
but
iron.
If you caught me 5 weeks ago, that was not the fucking case. So I appreciate everyone else who.
Oh yeah, I'm at a point. If I don't get a workout in, I feel terrible.
Yeah, well, you got it. That's the thing. You got to take. This is what I've learned about losing weight. You have to take that feeling and just go work out.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, over time, it's just going to dissipate and it'll go away, and you'll get used to not working out. So you just have to keep doing it every other day, at the latest, just to make sure, hey, it's all I'm going to keep that feeling going.
Well, congratulations again, Walter. Chris will get in contact with you about that and about the jersey. I'm sure you're going to wait for the new away, probably.
So here's the thing. I guess I can just tell him here. Mark said you can decide. So if you want to grab a current jersey, the Night Navy or the Home 2020, that's an option. If you want to hang out and grab the new away that's going to come out for this year, that's an option for you as well. So I'll email you. We'll figure it out and figure out what you want to do. And, let me know. We'll get in touch and square it out.
There you go. Yeah. So go check that out. You want to get into it? Let's get into it.
I like it. He could potentially have a 2021 away jersey.
And just like that. See, you could have had a 2021 easy.
We're not supposed to be guilting people.
Oh, we're gonna guilt you, okay? No, I'm just kidding. We'll move on. Let's talk a little MLS news, shall we? Get into it. So it was announced on The Athletic that there will be one team. Speaking of jerseys, only one team getting a third kit this year, and that is Atlanta United.
Mm-hmm.
So if you had your hopes of the Galaxy making a third kit, sorry, it's not happening.
But will it even measure up to the best third kits ever made?
Atlanta seems to come.
I know.
pretty correct.
Didn't they have just a straight up white kit last year?
It was white and like a peach color.
Come on. That peach jersey was fucking dope.
I did like that.
But was that last year or the year, like a couple years ago? I think it was a couple years ago.
When was the last time we had a good one?
Yeah.
Right up there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I actually really like the 2019.
Well, see, the LA flag one is pretty, like...
I dig that one. That's like my favorite one.
The 2014 and the 2012?
You either like it or you don't. Like, there's it's a very...
Yeah, talk about what you have on a screen. Audio medium.
Yeah. Well, if you're listening live, you should be listening live.
If you're not listening live, if you're not watching this on YouTube, you should be.
So Ben has a picture up in our studio of the 2012, and what was that, the 2014? Third jerseys. Yeah, so we're not getting one this year. Who knows if that new away kit will get us over that 100,000 mark? Is what really why is.
Well, it was. Maybe I'm wrong, Tuck. Maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong. But I don't think it was you had to sell so many jerseys before. It was you had to guarantee your third jersey was going to sell.
The way
100,000.
The way I would look at it. The way I would look at it is, what happens if you can't guarantee that you sell 100,000? Is the which was one of the rumors that you needed to be able to guarantee that you could sell 100,000.
Because I wonder what was the number of jerseys we had for like the other third kits.
But more like what happens if you don't hit 100,000? Do you have to buy the rest?
Yeah.
We're cutting workers' hours left, right, and center. Like it's not a necessary, but it's not a necessary extra expenditure that you may potentially need to make.
Yeah. When
you just paid off an entire coaching staff and the 90% of your workers are working part-time or working at home, or are furloughed. If that's the reason, and we don't know that that's the reason, but if that's the reason, like why would you even potentially take on another expenditure that you don't need when you're dropping, and I guarantee it's beautiful, when you're dropping a new away jersey this year that people are going to want anyway. Like, what is the incentive? You hang out one more year to when people are working, when people have been working all year, and you release a third jersey when it's not a pandemic year.
Yeah.
I mean, look, how many people were going to be buying a third jersey next year anyway? And if you were, like, this is pretty irresponsible with what money you do have.
Well, it seems, I mean, the third jerseys is usually the ones that are like some of the rarest ones to get, like next to, early 96, 97s,
Sure. But if I asked you to find me a 2001 home jersey right now, it's as rare as the 2012 third. Like, rarity is based on your ability to acquire it. Mm-hmm. If you can't acquire, we've had this argument, you and I, for years with Lars scarves. All Lars scarves are equally rare if you can't get them. Mm-hmm. All jerseys are equally rare if you can't get them. A 97 away is way rarer than both of these. I never see 97 aways or 96 aways online. These pop up online. You can go purchase those if you choose.
You just gotta get them. It's a premium.
You got to get them at a premium, or you got to buy a raffle ticket. But the options for acquiring rare, air quotes, rare jerseys are all leveled if nobody's selling. So I get the rarity and they're important and perhaps how rare they are is the reason we didn't expect we could hit 100,000. Because if we were selling 100,000, there would be more in the field. You know what I mean? But there's so few. Maybe that's I don't know. I do know that it was decided some time ago that we weren't getting a third. It's been decided for a bit.
Yeah, and when seeing like the talks of it on online and you're like, oh, and knowing the situation, we're like, yeah, we're not gonna get third. You're like, poor guys, because everyone's like, oh, I can't wait to see what a third jersey design's gonna be.
Well,
I'm like, oh.
We've said it. I say everything that I can say, and I try to at least steer you in the direction for the things that I can't. The jersey is the same thing. We heard we're not getting a third jersey. That's fine. But I'm not going to tell people, what do you think a third jersey is going to look like if we know it's, that's not going to happen.
Just a question for you. Do you think the fact that we're getting the new away and the fact the new away is kind of a throwback and they don't want to take away sales from that?
No,
with a third
honestly,
jersey?
and I don't know, but honestly, I think it's potential financial commitment. And if you don't, in a time where you're hurting for money and you keep fucking burning cash for years and years and years with failed team after failed team after failed team, failed coaching staff you have to pay off after failed coaching staff you have to pay off. When you just got finished paying off a guy you fired 3 coaches ago. Like, I think it's just the potential we may have to spend more money than we would otherwise need to. We're just not going to do it. That's what I would imagine.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, especially you saying, no, it seems, I mean, they're not hurting for money, but
I'm sure they're hurting for money.
They're not earning money, so they can't really spend money that they're not going to have right now.
Yeah. And doing whatever they can do to minimize that. Atlanta pulls 70,000 people into home games. They have a pretty clear layout of, we can do this. It's not going to be a problem.
Yeah.
It's going to be not going to be a problem. It's going to be financially beneficial, whether in the short term or the long term for the marketing goals they have, things like that. I don't know what marketing goal we hit by releasing a third jersey. When the home jersey is pretty meh, and it sounds like the away jersey is going to be popular. Let's go sell a bunch of the away jersey that you have to produce.
Yeah.
That makes way more sense.
All right. So it sucks. I mean, obviously, a lot of us who purchase jerseys or have a fascination with them, even if they're not the greatest of jerseys, like, it's nice to have like an extra third option, but it's not happening. It's okay. It's fine.
Yeah. Look, hey, here's just an idea. Buy 2 of the away jersey. Just buy 2 of the away jersey. They're really nice. Get one with like a player name and then get that player to sign it, and then just buy like a regular one to wear and save your money. Be fine. Or not even save your money, use your money, but get something out of it.
Yeah, there you go. All right, moving on. More MLS and MLS player, MLS PA extended talks last week. It was said that they were gonna cut off the negotiations last Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
They extended it to this Thursday, and so still no agreements have been written or confirmed. You have a lot of other sports player associations coming out in support of MLS, the MLS Players Union. So, what do you think? I mean, I know your stance was like, oh, it's gonna get done. It's gonna get done.
I think you hit it in the show notes, Ed. I think it's clickbait at this point.
Is it clickbait?
Yeah.
I mean, because it's the one thing that you see a bunch of like the soccer beat writers, and is MLS is preparing for a lockout.
Everyone sounds certain that there's going to be a lockout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So check it out. So in Major League Soccer, we don't have a massive free agency like in a lot of other sports. There is no hot stove off-season talk like you have in a lot of the other sports. So what do we do to keep attention on Major League Soccer? Every year, apparently, we have a lockout or a work stoppage of some sort of strike, or
Yeah, it seems like anytime the CBA is up, it's like this could be the one.
Well, apparently, lately it's been every year. So
well, I mean, they had to sign a new one last year.
So I mean, I don't know. Like Tucker says, at this point, I'm more call me when it doesn't get done.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is the problem. That this is where I'm going to try to straddle the fence as much as possible. By the time people are listening to this, they may already be locked out. Like that's the danger of. We should have known by today. We should have already known by today, but it got extended, which I hope is we have worked on at least a framework.
Yeah. And
now we're trying to figure out how we're going to make the meat work.
Yeah, because you hear the thing that is holding them up is like the length of the CBA.
The meat of the issue. Sorry, what?
Just the girthy meat of the situation.
What about the length?
He's like the meat.
Yeah, the girth.
Come on,
The girth. Well, look, if you grab it by the base, Ben.
It's so veiny.
Then you use your left hand to hold. Wait, how do you pee?
Ben's like sitting down. He learned it in prison.
Fuck Tucker's friend.
Learned it in prison.
I don't know. But yeah, so one of the things I heard was like the length of the CBA. Like the owners wanted it to be a year longer than the players did, and the players want to have where
I just saw it in the YouTube feed delay. Yeah, Ben's got a point. I mean, I was like, it's like meaty.
yeah, and then the players want a shorter term on the free agency. Like you're in the league for 4 or 5 years, and you get your free agency. So I mean, there's things holding it up, and I think you hear where the players agreed to not have their salary raised for 2-3 years or whatever it was, so that MLS can whatever recoup what they've lost. So I mean, yeah, I don't know. It seems, and I'm just such that it's because I mean we've been MLS and Galaxy fans for so long that at any point you're just like, man, this could be the one where the league, like for so long we're like the league's gonna somehow like get like crushed and fold at some point, and every time we're like the CBA comes up, we're like, man, this could be the one. Like I'm just so pessimistic all the time.
Well, it's funny you say that. Rethinking my position of the last few weeks of like it's gonna get worked out. Like what a cocky, comfortable MLS fan I've become. When as you say, for 15 years, it's like, oh God, it's not coming back. There's gonna be a lockout. There's gonna be a strike. It's all doomed. 1 year of something bad, and the whole league is screwed. And somehow I've gotten to a point now where I'm like, I've changed, man. I think I'm evolving. I saw someone use the MLS, and I didn't give a shit. And I used to give such a shit. I cared so much about the stupidest shit, like the MLS. And now I'm at a point where I'm like, there's a lockout.
It'll work out. It'll be fine.
Stuart Holden's got it. Like I just think these players are going to figure it out. I don't know, man.
What are your feelings on it? Do you think it gets worked out? Do you think that they extend it for another week or two? I mean, what do you think?
I don't think it gets extended again. I think if it's not sorted tomorrow, owners are ready to take some action. There were players talking about saying there are owners who don't want to play. Like
I saw that come out.
The owners just don't want to play at all, and it's what we were talking about it last week.
Well, is it better that they take the cut or take the hit and not play and not have their facilities and have all that extra money that they don't have to pay for?
Yeah.
It's not, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Ben, you're the
union guy.
You're the union negotiator.
Well, like I've been saying all along, I don't think it really matters at this point. I think a lockout is easy for the owners at a time when there's no risk of really losing anything. I mean, honestly, by locking the players out, the only thing the owners do, and I don't know how Major League Soccer contracts are negotiated, so this may be totally wrong, but I would assume that the players have health medical, all that stuff all year round. And by locking the players out, that's about the only thing you're saving. You're cutting off their medical benefits type of thing because they're obviously not making money as they're not playing. So, I mean, and the players, it makes zero sense to strike before the season, before preseason. I mean, what are you doing? You're cutting maybe a couple of preseason checks out. That's about it. I mean, for players, a time to strike would be like, I don't know if either one of you remember the baseball strike in the 90s that canceled the World Series, that got major changes done in favor of the players for baseball. That's power, is when you could stop something that the owners really want. Like if they were to strike shortly before MLS playoffs and threaten MLS Cup, they could get a lot more out of the owners. Versus, I mean, the owners would be willing to sit out the first couple months of the season. Like we said, what are they going to lose? They're losing zero revenue from in a league that 95% of your revenue comes from ticket sales, from the gate, from concessions.
Most teams aren't allowed fans in the stands anyway, so they're not getting that.
So they're not losing. The players have everything to lose, and the owners have nothing to lose at this point.
The only thing I remember about baseball in the 90s is steroids and home runs.
Zingers.
Well, that's what that's
Old
what they credit
American
with bringing baseball back, was the steroid era.
When Sammy Sosa didn't bleach his skin.
Can we all objectively say though, like baseball was way more interesting when everyone was on drugs?
Yeah, it's not
like
fun.
What they need to do, they need to have a steroid league.
Just a separate, like bounce ball.
What
was the basketball league?
Basketball?
No. It was like
slam ball.
Slam ball is
the greatest sport. You ever seen slam ball, Ben? Basketball with trampolines.
We've talked about this on the show before.
That's good. But yeah, a steroid league where you just do baseball, and in this league, fucking everything goes. You can have performance enhancing drugs. You can smoke weed. You can have dick pills. Whatever you're into.
The rhino pills.
You just go up there with
apparently that's really big with Galaxy fans.
With a meaty base. You'd watch that league though, wouldn't you? What are you more likely to watch?
I want to see the bat
baseball
flips.
league?
I want to see the bat flips.
Okay.
Because that was the whole thing for a while.
I want to see them try to run around the bases if it's not a home run.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Steroid baseball league.
Steroid baseball.
That's again, $1 billion franchise idea you guys can just have. That's out there. That's for you. That's for the listeners.
We're not going to copyright that, so you're good.
That one's for the listeners.
That's for you guys.
What idea did they give away before? Oh, Zack Snyder Roots.
Yeah, the Zack Snyder Roots cut.
Snyder Roots cut, baby.
I still don't see George.
George is working on. I've seen a prototype.
Okay.
Of the Zack Snyder Roots cut that George is working on. Give him time, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. So what do you? I mean, does it get done tomorrow? Does it get extended? Like what? What do you?
I don't think it matters. Honestly,
That's not the question.
no, a lockout or
a
a lockout or a strike, dare I say, would be good for the sport in the fact that it would get people kind of paying attention. Like I said, it would just keep attention on the league during their off season.
And I guess that's they have the league starting in April, so I mean, I kind of feel like they're
planning for it to be
would
pushed
either
back.
one of you
for it a little bit.
either one of you be surprised if you found out that, hey, this was just kind of like, and it'll never come out, but would you be surprised if they found out maybe it was a ploy between the union and MLS that, hey, we're just going to call this a lockout, or we're going to call this, we're not actually going to stop anything.
For what reason?
Just for that exact reason, to keep it in the news, maybe to push back the season, to give an excuse to push back the season on both sides.
Why?
To get people in the stands, make more money. I'm just saying, it wouldn't surprise me in a league that doesn't get enough attention as it is, that's starved for attention.
I don't think
I
I don't think a union and the owners that don't like each other to begin with would come together.
They don't like each other. I mean, they may be adversarial. It doesn't mean they don't like each other.
So wait, how do you mean, Ben? How do you mean they're working?
Yeah, I don't see how your conspiracy theory.
I'm just
holds
saying
up.
because what I mean is they're saying, okay, well, go ahead and quote unquote lock us out, and we're not going to put up a huge fight or whatever. You're going to make some noise. We're going to be in the news. We're going to be on SportsCenter. I mean, when's the last time MLS was on SportsCenter for anything?
I don't watch ESPN.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, exactly. Well,
Literally only watch ESPN for ESPN Plus. So.
Or on anything that's not a podcast or a soccer-specific podcast. When's the last time it was in the mainstream media in Los Angeles?
When has soccer?
Zlatan.
Yeah.
Exactly, but it's like big moments like that. So something like this, it just reminds people, hey, MLS is there.
The only part where I don't think you're crazy, and I shouldn't say that. I don't think you're crazy, but the only part where I don't think you're
I thought
way
you were
off
going to go
base.
the other way with that.
The only place where I don't think you're way off base is it. And again, we mentioned this a few weeks ago. It benefits both parties, and really benefits the league to get this pushback to a point where more people are vaccinated, more people are able to go into games, so that they're getting their advertising revenue, especially if they have it designed to go late enough where they're not going to lose any games. They can still play a 34-game season and just have the guys play every 3 days like they did last year. MLS was fine letting everybody play 3 days last year on 3 days rest. So if they can do that and get 20%, 25%, 50% capacity in these stadiums, I mean, there's a vested interest for Major League Soccer in having it pushed back. If they're still playing the same amount of time, all the guys are going to get paid anyway.
Yeah, that's why when they had the rumors that the league wasn't going to start until summer, I was fine with that. I'm like, good. That means like you said, more vaccinations out there, more time for the pandemic to slow down a little bit. Like I got that, and it makes sense. Like I don't know if they're both like, hey, let's plan a lockout so that we can wait another couple of months. Like, why wouldn't MLS just be like, hey, we're going to start in the summer?
Yeah. And you don't need them both to be on the same page. The owners can be like, we'll wait.
It's also bigger news and kind of covers up some of the deficiencies of the league. I mean, you haven't heard really a whole lot of mention about how Sacramento's in trouble, how that bid is, they didn't they missed their payment. I mean, we talk about how, like what you just said, Tucker, you're an MLS fan that just kind of takes things for granted now. I mean, whereas before we were like, man, is this league coming back? I mean,
yeah, it's a dangerous. Once I realized it got really scary. I don't like it.
And it's like, I mean, the league is only 25 years old. Let's not forget that. I mean, it was 15 years ago we contracted teams, Yeah. So, I mean, we can't just sit back and
now
say
we just
problem.
rebrand them and send them up the fucking road.
Yeah. But so I think that's also a part of it. The fact that MLS is throwing this lockout there, it's bigger news, taking up headlines and kind of covering up the fact that maybe Sacramento's falling apart. Maybe the league isn't as good a shape as people thought it is, because you can't be a big time league, and having this big vaunted, expansion team that's been 5 years in the process. The fans have been behind it and
the
led
thing with
by
Sacramento,
this,
though,
and now they're falling apart.
That's hard to ask because Sacramento's had ownership issues for a long time now. So I don't know if they can really put that on like MLS as a league being in poor shape.
No, but it's not a good look for the league. You have to admit that.
But they're not even in the league yet. So why would that be?
Because the MLS already announced it as an expansion team. If you're announcing a team as an expansion team and then that falls apart, it's like how much due diligence did you do?
As of January 10th, principal team owner Ron Burkle hasn't signed a formal expansion team agreement with Major League Soccer, nor has he paid the $200 million expansion fee to join the league.
Yeah, we talked about it on the show before.
Like that should be a bigger talking point. Like to Ben's point, like that. I don't know if it's worth locking out the players and delaying the league to cover it, but like that is, I had completely forgotten about it.
Yeah, we mentioned when it happened.
They still got time. They're 2023. Yeah, well, they got time.
But I mean, yeah, they've had ownership issues for a while now, so I'm not really.
Well, they got the ownership in place. It's just a matter of making the payment. So.
Well, no, they've had where it's not even the original owner. Like he got bought out.
Different, yeah.
Yeah,
and then there was a whole different group.
He's still
suing.
He's still suing the team for it. So
yeah.
And it sounds like there's conflict between the guy who's the head,
the principal,
yeah, and the money man, like the dude who's actually fronting up the cash and the person who's the face.
The Beckham versus the Moss.
Yes.
Man, yeah. So I mean, hopefully it worked out. I mean,
I will say I'm definitely less confident this week than I was last week.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always kind of.
And I'm definitely more apathetic this week than I was last week. I don't think it doesn't matter.
I don't have the time to care either way.
Yeah, exactly.
I really don't. I just want them to tell me when they're going to start, and as long as
let me know when I can
me.
come back. That's what I care about.
As long as the USL comes back, like, do I still get my Galaxy 2? That's what I care about. Are the Galaxy 2 kids getting paid separately? Because as long as they're getting taken care of, and USL can come back, I don't MLS is just going to disappoint me anyway. Yeah. It'd be fine. Give me my Augie Williams. As long as I still get to see Alex Alcala play soccer, I'm fine.
All right, there you go. Hopefully, I mean, if you're listening to this tomorrow or Friday, Chris just flicking his water everywhere. Hopefully it gets resolved or it doesn't, and we'll know by this weekend if there is going to be like a lockout or whatever's going to happen. So I mean, it is kind of telling. It's kind of interesting that all these other player unions are coming out and in support of even like the referee.
Dude, as a union guy, it's
like,
what you do, man. It's what you. I'm surprised the Teamsters haven't come out and said, "Hey, you know what? We support the MLS CBA."
Right.
Did you see all the different unions coming out there?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
NBA and
even like the referee association, whatever they are, they're like, yeah, we're
the professional referee association.
Yeah, we're like we're
let them play.
Yeah, let them play.
Which, for the record, MLS is like, you can play. We're just not going to pay you to do it, and you can't do it at our facilities.
Yeah.
And you can't do it together in any official capacity. If you get hurt, you're on your own. But you can still play.
You can still play.
You join S&P.
That's not going to be on us. All right, moving on. The MLS did announce that they have their class of 2021 considerations for their Hall of Fame. So they're placing 20 individuals on the player ballot and another 10 apiece on the veteran and builder ballots. Quite a lot of former Galaxy names on there and current Galaxy people on there. David Beckham is on there. Greg Berhalter is on there. You have who do you have on here? Kevin Hartman, who we'll talk about in a little bit. He's on there. Frankie Hayduk is on there. Who else? There was someone else. Kevin Payne, who was the president of the Galaxy for a couple years. And Tim Lewicki is on there as well. So quite a few Galaxy past and present.
A lot of branches of the Bruce Arena tree, too.
On the Hall of Fame list on there. So, good on them. Hopefully they can get some more Galaxy people on there because that's kind of awesome.
So do you think any of them get in? Or who do you think gets in?
I mean, Kevin Hartman sounds like he's in. I mean, just for the name, David Beckham's probably going to get in.
Lewicki's going to get in.
Lewicki's going to get in.
Lewicki, does Beckham deserve to get in? I guess that's the question.
What? In the
U.S., it's the National Soccer Hall of Fame.
Yes.
It's for... Yes. But he's as a player?
Yes.
He's listed as a player?
Yes.
He changes the landscape of the country.
No, yeah. But would you not put him in more as a builder? than as a player?
You can put him in as Atlas,
No.
putting the league on his shoulders and holding it up, so I still have something to love.
Look, we've seen Miami the last 2
Well, no.
years. So.
I'm talking as a builder for what he did during his time at the Galaxy.
What does it mean to be a
I mean,
builder, though? On like their
He's
balance?
not-
It's so ambiguous. They don't really say.
If he's a builder, if he's a builder, then Bruce Arena wasn't a builder. Like who was the builder of what the Galaxy was? It's either when they were worthwhile.
Well, you talk
because
about-
Beckham, if you want to put Beckham in as a builder, you got to put him in for Ruud Gullit. You got to put him in for fucking Celestine Baballero. You got to put him in for the bullshit. If he's a builder, you got to put him in for the bullshit. You can't put him in for what Bruce Arena did.
But I'm talking about like for Thierry Henry, for all the other big names that came after him, for changing the rules of the league.
I don't know. Then for me, the bad doesn't outweigh the good, because I didn't benefit from Thierry Henry.
So you put him in for 98 goals or 98 games, 18 goals and 40 assists. And
no,
2 MLS
I
Cups.
put him in because I am a logical creature who understands what David Beckham means to Major League Soccer and soccer in his country.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying.
I'll go a step further and say soccer on this continent.
No, I agree. But the fact is that the Hall of Fame has player wing and builder wing.
Yeah, but he didn't build anything. He built Inter Miami, and they're terrible. He's a player. He is a player who, by playing on the field, attracted Thierry Henry and Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and
Just by coming over here.
just
yeah.
by coming to America, he
So he's-
completely changed Major League Soccer.
Yeah, so he's kind of I think he's kind of a combination of both because of the fact. I mean, I don't know. You're right.
But he built Ruud Gullit
So
Yeah.
put him right where.
but he
the
built
two rooms-
Zlatan too
as a player,
as a builder as well.
not as a builder. He had nothing to do with Zlatan coming to the Galaxy.
You can't say he had nothing to do with Zlatan coming to the Galaxy. If he didn't come to the Galaxy, you think Zlatan would have came years
So
later?
if he didn't come to play on the LA Galaxy, Zlatan Ibrahimovic probably wouldn't have come to play on the LA Galaxy.
Yes.
Okay. So I think he should go in as a player, to answer your question.
Not-
If he called Zlatan and was like, "Hey mate,
but are
bro,
his
if you got hop on the red, red eye."
but what? So
It's
he
pretty good, right? It's pretty good.
I was like,
But
David?
okay,
Have I transformed?
let me change it. Let me change it for you then, Tucker.
David?
Does he deserve to be in the Hall of Fame for what he did on the field or off the field?
He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame for who he is.
That's not what I asked.
Your question is binary, but it's not a binary question. Like what you're posing to me is a binary question, but it's not a binary question. He deserves to be in the National Soccer Hall of Fame for what he did for
soccer
on this continent.
For
based
building
on
the
who
league.
he is.
I mean, off the field, did he change the landscape of fish sticks when he was like the
Yeah, he may have.
I want him more.
the spokesman
I
of?
want him more now than
Yeah.
Sharpie, Shell
So,
gasoline.
like-
But no, like he did what he did as a player. If Inter Miami turns out to become the next early DC United, where they're just running through teams, put him in as a builder. He's here as a player. Put him in as a player. He deserves to be. Look, I'm the guy who's like, I'm not sure. Maybe Galaxy Ring of Fame. That's where he would belong. But Major League Soccer headquarters, it should be like the Avengers Tower. It should just be built out of David Beckham. They should pray to this guy like Xenu every fucking day. They should love David Beckham.
Yeah, well, I think we're on the same page. We're just saying things a little differently.
I'll take that.
What about Berhalter? Does he go? He played 52 games in MLS, or is he going basically on his contributions from the national team?
He won a cup with us. I
Did
don't.
he win a cup with us?
Well, it's a National Soccer Hall of Fame, so it would be predominantly what he did for the U.S. men's national team.
Yeah, more so than.
I mean, exclusively what he did for the U.S. men's national team.
And
why Berhalter deserves to go in? Teaching Omar Gonzalez how to be an MLS Cup winning defender, because Omar Gonzalez is not Omar Gonzalez without Greg Berhalter.
so he should go in as a builder.
Oh my God!
He should go in as a mentor of men.
I should have never.
I like
put this
they
topic
should
down.
have a mentor of men section.
I'm down with that.
And Gato, obviously, I mean, that's kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah, I think he goes in for
Greatest goalkeeper in the history of Major League Soccer.
sure. For sure.
My personal best friend, Kevin Hartman.
So who else do you think on this list gets in? You think Haydick, Sane, Mastroeni?
I love Frankie Haydick.
Well, how many players go in?
I think it's a certain.
You get to vote for this, don't you?
No, they changed the rules. They changed the
They're like, "Fuck you, Ben."
No, they changed the voting rules completely. Like the National Hall of Fame, it's now based on people who are a certain percentage of those who are in a veterans committee, and I think like 20% media or something like that. It's a really small media vote, especially for a Hall of Fame.
Okay.
So I'm not sure exactly how. I would assume it's like most other Hall of Fames. You have to be on a certain number of ballots. You have to have a certain percentage.
Okay. Well, we'll see.
So I don't know. I mean, it seems like it'd be a good class where you could. I mean, if you look at the people who are nominated, you could almost put them all in. Really.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of heavy hitters on that list. So
yeah,
like there's like a Jaime Moreno on there. There's
I think
you said Kevin Payne.
Kevin Payne, no?
No, we had Tom Payne.
Was it
Kevin
Tom
Payne's
Payne?
Toronto
Kevin Payne is
and
DC.
United.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever.
I think he's his brother though.
His brother, right? Yeah.
Close enough. They don't share that shit.
Come on.
But I think you're going to see this for the next few years. There's a lot of these, early MLS guys and people who are deserving of it.
Well, yeah, we're getting to that age now. Like I'll tell you a story that I was, or a conversation I was having this week when we get a little further down. But it was like oh shit, man! Like we're getting to that age. The league is getting to that age now. We're starting to grow up a little bit. You'll see.
You'll see.
Do you think the league needs its own Hall of Fame separate from?
Well, isn't that what they're building in Dallas? Or what
No,
they're
that's
building in
that's
No,
what
that's
you see up
what
there.
this is. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just the National Soccer Hall of Fame. So it includes.
Yeah, I'd
MLS.
imagine there'd be like a wing added
Well,
at some point.
I don't know. I think Major League Soccer should have their own Hall of Fame separate from.
I'm sure it'll get there. It's still
Eventually.
relatively early, but I'm sure they'll get there. Oh my God, that first class is gonna be amazing.
Of MLS players.
MLS Hall of Fame first class going in. Like, what are you talking about?
It's got to be mostly just DC and Galaxy players.
It'll be that's the thing. You're not just doing these guys were great way back when. Here's the first class of people who are eligible to go in. Your first class of people are going to have Eddie Pope and Robbie Keane and Zlatan and Landon and Wondolowski and Dwayne De Rosario and Jaime Moreno, like legends of Major League Soccer, gods of Major League Soccer, whether you love them or not, absolute gods of Major League Soccer, all eligible to go in at the same time. If it happens, I mean, I'll buy a ticket to that first fucking Hall of Fame induction.
That's a who's who of MLS players for sure.
Introducing Jaime Moreno. Boo! Boo you!
All right, moving on from MLS news. Let's talk some Galaxy news, man, because there's quite a bit that has come out over the last week. First of all, speaking of Kevin Hartman, we're going to talk about it's official. Vanny has come out with his coaching staff.
Mm-hmm.
So it was announced that Vanny has chosen his coaching staff, who he has as his assistant coaches, Dan Kalichman, who was confirmed today, even though we kind of knew it since he posted that he's coming back as assistant coach 2 weeks ago.
If you message him on Twitter, he wasn't exactly leading people to believe he was staying in Toronto.
Yeah,
like it was a very like, hey man, go connect the dots. You'll put it together.
Well, literally when he was like, yeah, I'm glad to be back with the team. So
did you see his video?
Yes, it's amazing.
For the team I love, we love you too, Dan.
We love you too, Dan. And then he also is bringing Nick Thesloff, I want to assume is how you pronounce it. Jason Bent also as an assistant coach. And then as your goalkeeper coach, the one.
My personal best friend.
The only.
My personal best friend.
Kevin.
My personal best friend. Say it, Ed.
El
Stop.
Gato.
Stop. Say it.
Hartman.
Say it first. Say it.
Chris Tucker's personal best friend.
Ah, well.
Kevin Hartman.
Not going to force you to say it.
Oh, boy. So, I mean, it's awesome now. Now we have the foundation of the coaching staff. Like, it's there.
Yeah.
We know who is there.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that Hartman is back. I mean, he's been with the team as an academy director, which it sounds like he's probably not going to be anymore since he's as the goalkeeper coach now. But yeah, I love it, man. I love that it's now more of the gang's back together. Like, it's more of like the old school dudes who know what it is like to be the Galaxy. Like, I love it. What do you guys think?
Benny?
That has a mouthful of nuts.
Title?
Oh man.
We kind of texted about this earlier, and I think I wish Hartman would have stayed as academy director. I mean, I see what he did. He got every good girls player in Southern California to play for the girls academy. And I think he could have done the same thing for the boys academy. He can obviously recruit players. You know, that's no secret if you look at those girls teams. So I'm kind of torn about that. I mean, I know you guys love the fact that he's back up with the first team and, and everything like that. But I am a little bit disappointed in that. So I don't know. For me, it's going to depend on who they get to replace him in the academy level.
Well, I mean,
and honestly, I mean, you look at that list and the one guy missing is Dom. I mean, do they just flip flop? I mean, does Dom take over the academy?
I think
Dom's
gone.
probably on
He's
his way
just
out.
gone. How many times are you going to be passed over for a head coach job and be like, look?
Oh, yeah.
Well, and you're passed over, and both times you're passed over for guys they intended on being system guys.
Yeah.
Like guys who would change how we operate as a club and a philosophy as an organization and things like that, style of play, things like that. They've passed over you for guys that should make seismic shifts in how we operate as an organization.
Right.
Like clearly you're not what they're interested in.
So, but where is he going to get another job
USL
someplace
job.
else?
Yeah. Take a USL
Well,
job.
people are asking, like, do you think Dom takes over as like the reserve team coach?
Is a USL job better than the Galaxy reserve team job or the Galaxy director job, academy director job?
It's more exposure
I
as a
imagine
head coach.
most coaches would prefer to be in a bigger system.
Yeah.
With a pathway to success if it's possible. I'm obviously biased. I'm not. And look, I don't think there's anything wrong with there's nothing wrong with being biased. You just got to be aware of your bias. You have to make sure the people you're speaking to are aware of your bias so that they understand the filter it passes through. I fucking love Dan Kalishman. I fucking love Kevin Hartman. Like I think it's beautiful. I hate to see black people out of work, but I want Robin Fraser to get fired so he can come back. Like I bring the whole party. Let's go. Come on, man. These are gods.
Yeah.
These are gods.
I think we have some lightning round questions about coaches. So
these are gods. Like I get it. The Karofsky, which you got to remember, Karofsky, old school Galaxy player. Vaines, old school Galaxy player. Like Klein has been working on this system for a while. This is just the latest iteration. Kurt Anolfo, who's an original 96er, technically played one season. But, moving these guys back into place, Sarvas, Juninho, Cienfuegos, Kevin, working with the Girls Academy and now as goalkeeping coach. We've been bringing in certain Galaxy players for years, building this foundation of guys that, we had, whether you like it or not, with Pete. You remember the first meeting with Pete. We have him here so that he can help explain to these young kids what it means to play for the Galaxy.
right.
Getting a guy who can not necessarily big up, but like you hear, and not to compare the two, but you hear the way like a Gary Neville or Beckham speaks about coming up through Manchester United, and they're like, "You're at fucking Manchester United, like you're there, you've made it, you're on the cusp of the first team at the biggest team in the country." Like making sure the kids understand you're at the cusp of the first team for the biggest team in the country, and bringing in guys who understand that. I love it. I'm not against bringing in old players. I'm not against bringing in even people Chris Klein has played with, because that seems to be a very, very important aspect of who he chooses to hire. But there's the right people you can get, and these guys are the right people you can get.
Yeah.
And we see that based on them being successful elsewhere. I've seen people compare Vanny coming in to Anolfo coming in. Anolfo was never successful in Major League Soccer on his own prior to coming to the Galaxy.
Yeah, didn't he have like an under 500 winning record?
Everywhere he has ever been. But we've seen Vanny and Kalishman and Nick Thesloff. We've seen these guys be successful in Toronto. You're shifting a successful product into your organization, giving Vanny the best tools to be successful. That happens to carry along Kalishman, and you also happen to have the greatest goalkeeper the league has ever produced, basically doing nothing You know, I'm sure he's busting his ass and working, but you're the greatest goalkeeper your league has ever produced, and you can put him into coaching Jonathan Bond or Jonathan Klinsmann, because I trust his eye a hell of a lot more than I trust other people. So I think it's more of, you know, we've got great guys at a great opportunity, and it fits, and since it fits and it works, we're going to make it happen.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for these guys to come in and implement what, you know, they've been doing in Toronto. I mean, if you watch, I mean,
it's fun soccer.
They took an absolute dumpster fire.
People forget how terrible Toronto
absolute dumpster fire of a Toronto squad in tournament champions.
And at a minimum, they were regularly respectable.
Yeah.
At a minimum, they were regularly respectable. So you take that.
I'll take it all day, man.
And I was ready to lose with Robbie Keane.
Yeah.
Like I was prepared to lose with a club legend that I love. Like I'm willing to lose with Vanny and Kalishman and Hartman while they figure it out, because it's still going to take time to figure it out.
I mean, it's a project. It's not something that's we're not gonna be MLS contenders. Like
probably Bruce turned us around, you know, in a year.
Yeah.
As a builder, Hall of Fame entry, you know, but I understand that it's going to take a little bit of time for him to figure out these pieces that he has. It's just after that, what are you doing with it? Mm-hmm. And then does it look regularly week by week that they're improving on your ideas and your philosophy?
I'm excited, man. I'm you know, and that's kind of why I'm so disappointed in like the CBA negotiations too, because I'm like, oh man, I want the season to start. Like I want to get back into like regularly like seeing the Galaxy play every week.
This is an exciting year for it too. I mean, a whole new Galaxy team to watch in the reserve league, you know, potentially 6 or 7 teams in MLS's next. It's a rough year to have a potential break, you know, potential pause.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. Moving on, Perry Kitchen signs with Columbus as a free agent. So no longer your stalwart center defensive mid.
It's a great picture.
It's an amazing picture. Ben posted of Perry Kitchen on our screen back here. So yet another player we've lost to another team.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't have the greatest tenures with the Galaxy. I wouldn't say he was the worst player on our team. He definitely had more ups than he did downs. What do you think? Is it a big loss for us? I mean, it's a MLS veteran, obviously, of many years.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think? I mean, is it something that's a loss to us, or Columbus building a back-to-back championship team?
It's Perry Kitchen, man. I mean, is it really that big of a deal?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking you.
I don't think so.
That's why I asked you the question. How are you feeling about this?
How am I feeling about this?
I don't know. What is Perry Kitchen?
Yeah, I feel about it. It's a yawn.
The moment you answered, I just started looking at Ed because I'm like 5, 4. Yeah.
I mean, like
he's got to go at him.
It's like it's a pretty dumb question.
God, Ben, you're the worst.
See, and the people are like, Tucker does all the talking on the show. I'm like, you see what I got to fucking compete with? Like, it's
a dumb question.
You ask the question again, Ed?
Actually, you know, I'm sorry. There's no such thing as a stupid question.
No, you go ahead.
No, apparently there is.
No, there's no such thing as a stupid question.
You go ahead.
Only stupid people.
Christopher.
Yes, sir.
What do you think of this loss of Perry Kitchen?
Fuck Tucker's friend.
Columbus.
It's concerning. Not because Perry Kitchen is this big, unlosable force. The last record we have of his salary was 2019. He made $474,000. It's steep. It's definitely steep. But he's a domestic starting quality player. If we were retaining everyone from last season coming into this year, even if we had retained Perry Kitchen, he's a direct starter next to Jonathan. He is your starter. He is literally, to the best of my knowledge, even going down into G2, he was the only defensive midfielder we had. Adam Saldana is not a defensive midfielder, more of like a box-to-box. It's less of a box-to-box, more like a number 6. But he's not really going to start. Sasha is not a defensive midfielder. He can play sitting a little deeper, but if you're looking for a pure holding defensive midfielder, Perry Kitchen was it.
Yeah, who do we have now?
No one.
Yeah.
No one. We have 0 defensive midfielders. Right now, looking at a starting lineup, it's Jonathan and Sasha starting. Adam Saldana is the first alternate in the middle. Probably you would drop Leggett, but if you're building an 11 right now, you would need to start Leggett on one of the wings. It's a little concerning, but we're clearly working in a rebuild to get clear as much money and international space for Vanny as possible. Getting off high earners that maybe you can do away with. We saw the Kitchen and Jonathan pairing wasn't outstanding. Kitchen was the better of the two, but you're not going to be able to shift Jonathan. So if you're going to fix that pairing, and you need to fix that pairing right now, and Perry Kitchen wasn't a Greg Vanny guy, you can shift him to Columbus, open that spot up, open up almost $500,000 if he got a raise, and have a little bit of room to work with. It's concerning if you look at a current depth chart and a current roster. But if you're still trusting them to be building out,
yeah,
it's not the end of the world, only because he made so much money.
Especially it's 7 different spots they're gonna have to fill up in the next.
They still got a lot of room, but we're missing both wingers. We're missing at least 2 center midfielders.
They gotta have a fucking forward.
We still got to have at least a forward. I hear we're signing a Cam, but that's gone surprisingly quiet. We don't hear about center attacking midfielders anymore. We don't hear about Giovinco anymore. I don't know what happened. It's almost like it was bullshit. But we have a lot of spaces to fill. Kitchen was a guaranteed starter, but if you're trying to figure out the Jonathan Dos Santos problem, which you have to because he's a designated player, moving Perry's not the end of the world.
Yeah, and like I said, they have 7 more slots to fill in that team, and it seems like they're going to be starting to fill out, the first teamers more. They
have to, yeah.
They brought in so many of the young guys. I mean, they got to start filling out like the starting 11 roster and the depth on that first team.
What is concerning is like 2 of our better players last year was Emiliano Insua at left back and Perry Kitchen at defensive midfield, and they're both gone.
Yeah.
The last player I can think of that really shone that we still have is Julian Araujo. But he is card happy, and we don't have a backup for him. Christian Pavon, obviously a standout. He's a question mark. So the answers are disappearing. Right. And we're just getting more and more questions every day. The upside to all of this stuff is like we're going to get a week or a week and a half where they're announcing 4, 5, 6 players because we don't have anything close to a starting 11. We don't have anything close to a starting 11 yet.
Right.
So we're all going to get a fun 10, 14, 15 days with a bunch of announcements back to back to back.
Oh, there you go, man. It's going to be plenty of news. Plenty of news coming out, hopefully.
Yeah. It has to happen.
It has to, yeah.
It has to happen. Right now, your midfield is Kai Koreniuk, Jonathan Dos Santos, Sebastian Leggett, Kai Koreniuk, Jonathan Dos Santos, Sasha Kleshin, and Sebastian Leggett. Like that's your starting midfield right now. We're going to announce signings. Don't worry.
That's the G1 and a half.
Yeah.
More player leavings. You had the official. Well, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. We're not gonna talk about your dude yet. Bingham is officially gone from the team. Yeah. He had his Instagram post saying his goodbyes, saying, "You guys made LA my team, my home." Blah blah blah.
You can't possibly believe that. No. If you open Instagram or Twitter ever, do you have it up? What he said?
No, I don't. Do you have it?
Yeah, he said, "LA, the time has come to move on to another challenge. We had our ups and downs through the last 3 years. Wow, this is it's very cold. We didn't reach our goals, and I can't help to feel like I'm leaving behind some unfinished business. Thank you to everyone who made LA feel like home from day one. Special thank you to the best training staff, blah, 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 and the coaches for the last 3 years. We made some great memories that I'll remember forever. I couldn't have asked for a more passionate fan base to play in front of." Then he tags Lars, the Galaxians, the Outlaws, ACB, and says, "I know bright days are ahead. See you soon, LA, at LA Galaxy." It's classy. It's classy from a guy who's gotten a lot of abuse.
Yeah, I want to know what is the percentage of people who are happy that he's finally gone? It's got to be in the upper 90s, right?
And did he
I would
write
say
that?
It's probably the 80s.
Did he write that, or did his PR guy write that?
Do you know if he's married?
I think he just got married recently.
His wife wrote that. If he's married, his wife wrote that. His wife's like, "Hey, this is what you should do. Keep your head up. You just keep going. Don't worry about it."
Do you have his number, Tucker?
Yeah, he was bad. He played 85 games for the Galaxy, which is second all time, which is crazy.
Which is so crazy. It's so crazy.
He may surprise you to know that he recorded 19 clean sheets, which is 2 more than Jaime Pinedo recorded in his time with the Galaxy.
What was the number? What was
But
the
he
year
played
that
30 more games than Jaime Pinedo did.
What was the number that Ben was like one year? Like one of his season predictions was he was going to get 10
clean sheets. I think that was last year.
I think he did.
And then he
almost
got it,
did.
right?
Yeah, he got it.
It must have been the year before then. But yeah, it's so long. It's weird. Like he's got upper echelon stats for the Galaxy, but it's due to like the sheer number of chances he faced regularly.
Well, wasn't that the thing with like when we had Dan Kennedy?
Mm-hmm.
That he had some of the most saves in the league. It was like, yeah, because he gets shot.
He gets
like
shot on
30 times a game.
Dan Kennedy played 3 games. 3 games for the Galaxy. He has let me pull this up. He has 7 shots. He faced 7 shots in 3 games and gave up 3 goals. Like decent, not bad.
What would you okay. I mean, I know it's kind of hard because he didn't have the best defense in front of him. What would you grade him on a scale like
Kennedy?
No, I'm sorry. Bingham. Like a letter grade, what would you give him?
I give him a C, which is, and I understand people want more blood, but we never really got to see what David Bingham even could be, and because of that, it's hard to base on anything else. He faced a lot of shots. He faced a ridiculous amount of shots, and he saved a lot, but a lot of them went in as well.
Yeah.
So he wasn't outstanding by any stretch of the imagination, but he faced a lot of high quality chances.
And as much people want to put him there, he's not even close to like the top 5 worst goalkeepers we've had.
Do either one of you know his record?
3 off the top of my head.
Either one of you know his record, win-loss record? Without looking at it, Tuck.
Oh. Win-loss, I would say.
Well, I know it. I know it too much. I'll say that. I know at least one of them.
Losses, I want to say it's got to be close to like 40.
The tie makes it more interesting.
Yeah. No, he's lost 1 more game than he's won.
Yeah.
Really?
It's 33 and 35.
Yeah.
And he has 16 ties, like right in the middle.
Really? That's way more wins than I thought he would have.
But he's played the second most games of any goalkeeper we've ever had. It's just time. It's just time served. Exactly. In 3 fewer games, Donovan Ricketts got 7 more wins. But it's like when you look at, if you contrast the stats, and I'm 1 game behind, but Bingham had per my stats right now, I know it's off, but he has faced 459 shots to Donovan Ricketts 362 in three more games.
Yeah.
Like he had 309 saves to Ricketts 239 in 3 more games. Like he got peppered.
Yeah.
You don't. I'm not saying he's great. I'm just saying put it into the context of the situation that's happening. Use your mind. He was on the Galaxy during some rough years, some defensively really, really rough years. Yeah. He's going to get remembered more poorly than I think is fair, but he certainly wasn't great by any stretch of the imagination.
No, and I mean his numbers kind of laid out there. He was an average.
He'll remind me of Joe Cannon. Like he's in a Joe Cannon territory where we didn't get somehow too large of a system change to get rid of him after 1 or 2 years.
Right. That
he just kind of became this dude who hung out and was consistent.
And this is only confirming that Jonathan Bond and Klinsmann are going to be the ones battling for that number 1 spot. So.
Word is Bond, baby.
Word is Bond, son.
I'll give that to Doggo because he's in the live chat. It makes me really happy.
Yeah, I saw that. All right, now we can talk about Benjamin's favorite player that is now
my boy.
No longer.
You're not supposed to call black people
That's
boys.
true. Whatever. Yeah.
He's officially not gone from the team
touchy
yet.
Subject.
But Didier Traoré, it seems like he's going to be set out on loan. He did make a cryptic, not even cryptic.
Yeah, there was nothing cryptic about it.
Not even cryptic about this Instagram post.
Mad.
Dude just sent out a really mad post about how they're going to regret it. Just watch.
He got a lot of support when he sent that too. A lot of people were like, "Yeah, I hope you make that. I hope you make regret it."
It's so stupid.
I saw in the Discord for the Corner of the Galaxy's Discord, someone posted the Instagram post, and I posted a GIF just saying, no, we won't. And that's what Galaxy's not going to. He's not. If he did, he had so many chances to break into the first team. Why do you think
he got more substitution appearances? I think bar Ethan Zubak. He may even have Ethan beat. But yeah, he got more chances than most of the young players who got brought up got. I don't understand. I like Didi Traore. I've seen him play at G2 mostly. He played a little bit last year coming on for Insua. I don't dislike him. I didn't understand the level of jock riding on him. Like when he did play, he wasn't outstanding.
Yeah, Ben, why'd you ride his jock so hard?
Because he was a good player when I saw him play. You know what? I wrote his jock on potential. Because, I mean, as sports fans, that's what we write a lot of jocks on. It's potential.
Wow.
So, yeah.
What a strange analogy to keep running with.
Hey, man.
Like you could have got off that car a long time ago.
I stayed on that jock.
Okay.
He rode that jock hard.
Yeah.
All the way.
Like that jock is raw now.
New title?
Whoa.
Yeah, so Didi Traore, and then it was confirmed by Kevin Baxter and Josh from Corner of the Galaxy that
he's not leaving.
That he's not leaving. He's going to be sent out on loan.
So Tuck,
or the Galaxy looking to loan him out.
Or either one of you. How much do you think this has to do with the fact that he still hasn't got a green card? He still counts as an international. You can't have a bench player taking up an international spot.
I mean that's always going to be an issue. But it's also you have. They just brought in Villafania. Acosta's coming back.
Yeah,
Acosta's back.
He's back. Who has much more MLS experience than Didi Traore does.
It's a real simple equation.
And then he's not going to bring him down to G2 because Cuevas is down there, and he's way better of a player than Didi Traore is.
Yeah, way more.
He at least has a higher ceiling.
Yeah,
he definitely has a higher ceiling. He's younger.
Yeah,
he's younger, but he plays a very specific style of left wing back when he's playing on the left side. You can move Mauricio Cuevas over to the right and just start Jonathan Perez at right wing because every time Perez was on the right wing, Cuevas was playing right back and play Didi Traore. Or Mauricio Cuevas can be your future promising left back, and you can send Didi Traore out on loan, and he can play USL level every single week, and Mauricio Cuevas can play USL level every single week, and you can compare the two week in and week out and see which one you want to keep running with. You know what can't happen for Didi Traore? At 22, he can't sit on the bench another year.
Yeah.
That absolutely can't happen. Danilo Acosta is back. As you say, he has more MLS experience. Came in to be a backup, so he's probably fine hanging out, being a backup for another year. Coming off a massive injury, so probably pretty grateful that we decided to keep him rather than letting him go out and try to get a contract coming off a season-ending injury. It works for everyone.
Mm.
And it seems
mostly
like
everyone.
Who doesn't it work for? Why? He's not sitting on a bench all year.
Well, it seems like he's wanted to stay on the team.
If he wants to stay on the team, the best thing he can do for him, and I'm sure this is what I assumed happened. I assumed a 22-year-old got information he didn't like, which is you're not going to be the number 2 left back when you feel like you showed up to the tryout, you got signed, went through Galaxy 2, got brought up to the first team, traveled to Orlando, went into this bubble, went away from what friends you have made over here that aren't just your teammates.
Yeah.
The next season, you're not the number 2. You've been demoted from being the number 2, which is a way a young player will look at it. You've been demoted out of it. You're not going back to our USL team because we got another kid that's nipping at your heels that we can't stunt, we can't slow down. We already have a left back that we're keeping in Danilo Acosta. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to go ahead and loan you out. I would imagine the situation. I hope he was really upset to hear, hey, you've been air quotes demoted from the number 2. We're going to send you out on loan. We can't send you to G2, so we're going to send you somewhere else. He got really pissed off. And I would hope by now someone in that organization has explained to him, this is an opportunity you have.
Yeah.
Because if you sit on the bench for the Galaxy for another year, you may be really hard-pressed finding a contract. But you can go to a USL team. That USL team might be competing for you, where they'll say, hey, you can come here and be our starting left back permanently. We'll keep you. We want you. We want to play you. because the Galaxy aren't going to send him to a USL team where he's not going to be the starting left back. Defeats the purpose. He's going to want to play. That's the whole purpose. So you're going to get to go to a USL team that needs a left back that's going to play you every week. If you ball the fuck out, you're going to go back to being the number 2 because we'll move on from Danilo Acosta. And in 1 to 2 years, we should be looking to move on from Jorge Villafaña anyway. So if you take advantage of this opportunity to play likely most minutes every single week or a couple times a week, it could work out to be really beneficial for you.
I got to give a shout out to DG in the YouTube chat. Says, who would have thought a Frenchman would have reacted emotionally to something? It is very true.
They do have a history, but I think it'll end up being great for him.
So Ben, on a scale of 1 to 10, how sad are you?
You know what? 6, maybe. I'll go
Look
with
at him.
6.
He's starting to cry. Look, he's starting to tear up. I mean, you guys can't see it.
I got like the one ending tear, like someone's littering or something. Yeah.
If you like Didi Traore, this is beneficial for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what? And honestly, like I said, I think he kind of did it to himself a little bit by not getting his green card for whatever reason. I'm not sure why.
Mauricio Cuevas was, I think he's born in Los Angeles. I should pull that up. I think he's born in LA.
But either way, you're not going to, you can't, in this league, you can't afford to have a bench player take up an international spot, period.
Right.
Not as a fucking backup defender.
Yeah. Well, not as a bench player, period. I mean, like.
Well, I'd take you could do
maybe as a striker.
bench forward, some bench midfielders, but as a backup left back, when the deepest position in your organization is left back, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Carlos in the chat goes, he goes from riding his jock to a 6 on a sad scale.
Yeah.
That's Ben.
There you go. That kind of sums it up, doesn't it?
Yep. All right, moving on. We do have some player rumors that we want to discuss about. The first one we'll talk about is, and I'm going to butcher the name, Nasana Simon?
Sure.
Did I say that right?
I have no idea.
So this has been a rumor on socials. Rumor to the Galaxy. He plays for, I think it's Lens B, which is in like the 4th division of France. So anytime you hear rumors like these type of players, it's usually going to be like a Galaxy 2 kind of signing.
Mm-hmm.
So he is 20-year-old center midfielder, plays for FC Lens B, which is the 4th tier in France. Not much experience with the first team. This is definitely smelling like a Galaxy 2 signing. Again,
if it's real at all.
Anytime you hear someone going, oh yeah, they're going to play for the Galaxy overseas, and it's like a 20-year-old who plays in the 4th division, it's more than likely going to be someone who's going to go play for a Galaxy 2.
At some point, don't we also have to assume like there's a chance he's actually signing for LAFC?
Oh, 100%.
This happens a lot.
Happens every time.
It happens pretty regularly.
Like
So
what's the site that sells LAFC clothing, but they keep saying LA Galaxy?
World Soccer Shop.
Was it World Soccer
I
Shop?
think it's World Soccer Shop, yeah.
No, the best was the tattoo. Did you see that tattoo? It was on Instagram or something. Someone put an LA Galaxy wing. It was like the
Oh,
LA...
yeah. I saw that. So someone posted on their Twitter or their Instagram. It's the LA wing from LAFC.
Yeah.
And they go, I got an LA Galaxy tattoo.
LA Galaxy wing.
Yeah, LA Galaxy wing.
It was pretty clutch.
It's amazing.
That's
it's
funny.
amazing. The signing seems very Galaxy 2 if it's happening. That's not a Galaxy signing. That's not happening. That ain't happening. Moving on to the next, or we want to do the next rumor. This one popped up earlier today. I'm gonna butcher it. Hussein Balik.
I think that's right.
He is a 24-year-old.
Hussein Balik.
Hussein. 24-year-old from Austria. Left winger, can play also central as a forward and also on the right.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely seems like a player that can help the Galaxy, especially when you don't have the wingers right now. Has been courted by a couple teams over in Premier League, and it might have been some other like Spanish leagues.
It was like Brentford and stuff like that.
He's scored he's had 12 appearances, 2 goals, 1 assist this season. In the Austrian Bundesliga, then they're 4th in the Bundesliga, plays for, oh my god, am I going to try to pronounce this?
Lask. Well, I think the original tweet says he has 6 goals, 1 assist.
Okay,
I'm 1,200 minutes.
I'm on transfer market. So
okay, yeah. So it was originally tweeted out by at Tom Bogert on Twitter. It's I don't know what the guy does. It's the weirdest name. He is a freelance writer for at MLS. He's written pieces in Guardian Sport 442, ProSoccerUSA.com, and a bunch of other places. But he says, yeah, Ballack is 24. He's got 6 goals, 1 assist in 1,200 minutes this year. He's nicknamed the Sprinter because he's very, very quick. And Celtic, Brentford, Southampton were rumored to be interested in him in January.
Yeah, so I mean, it definitely sounds like a player that the Galaxy need too. So plays on the wings, can play up top, definitely versatile, and I think that's players that Greg Van has spoke about too.
Options are always nice.
Yeah,
the fact
exactly.
that you can play 3 different attacking spots.
And where is he from?
Austria.
All right, so we just got to make sure his wife is not a racist. I mean, I'm hoping they vetted that before.
Look, man.
I'm sure they're asking now.
Yeah.
It's Austria. It's kind of more than likely possible.
What do you think, sir?
I'm excited. I mean, I've never seen him play. I mean, it's first I'm hearing his name.
Would it surprise you that I've seen him play already?
Have you really?
The answer to that is no.
That is yes. You know what? I shouldn't be surprised.
I watched him play two-legged tie against Ludogorets.
So the over under games Chris has seen the guy play.
Well, I think
just off the top of your head. I mean, he's seen the one. Do you think it's more than that?
I think it's just the one.
I think he's seen at least 3.
No, I saw one. I saw a part of the return leg, but I just saw the one. And he scored. He scored in the first 2-3 minutes.
Was it well taken? I mean, was it nice?
Oh yeah, he's very. I tweeted it out. I got a new phone. I meant to talk about this earlier in the banter. I got a new phone, Ed. It's got the function to let me make GIFs again.
Oh, nice.
Or I can just record my screen. That's how I used to make Galaxy GIFs so quick. I would make a GIF on my phone through an app. But I went through really quick and looked for a game that he had on Footballio, which is what everyone should do every time you're rumored to a player. You can go look at them. You don't have to just watch a highlight reel. You can watch them play. No, he seemed good. He seemed to play centrally a lot, tucked in, reminded me of Alessandrini, but tucked in from the left side. I would imagine if we're bringing him in, that tells you we're preparing to move on from Christian. But yeah, it was exciting. Seemed like a very, very, very exciting player. Very fast, very, very quick.
Yeah, transfer market has him valued at $2.2 million. So I mean, it's definitely a guy we could probably bring in for TAM.
But I think he's contracted through 2024. So unless they don't want him, I don't understand. I don't understand how we would get unless we're getting him on some crazy loan.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Like if you've noticed how boring and kind of dull the transfer deadline day was this year, it's all these teams are loaning players out because no one wants to spend money because they don't have any of it.
Yeah.
And they don't know when they're going to get a whole lot of it again. So they're loaning players to say, hey, you can use this guy and you're willing to pay for him. Here, you take him. Just pay for him. And now I don't have to pay his weekly salary. So loans may end up being where we keep going. A loan might be how we get Christian Pavon back. To be like, hey, fuck faces, you all $1.2 million a year is what you're paying, and there's not a whole lot of clubs you can sell him to anymore. Want to send him back to us? We'll take him. We love him.
I mean, I guess we'll take him back. Whatever.
You want to buy a Jonathan Dos Santos? Where
So winger. We need wingers badly.
Yeah.
It seems like a guy who may fare well pretty.
I liked what I saw out of him. I don't know how the mechanics work of getting him out of a contract with 3 years left on it.
Yeah, if that's the case, I'd assume it's like a loan situation.
It would need to be. Yeah. I did look up his Football Manager stats because they do a lot of in the deep dive into the stat build and all that. Very, very fast, very, very pacey. Pretty much everything else was not that great. So don't know if it's going to be like an Emma Boateng's type thing. He seemed to be a little bit more accurate and in his foot placement. But yeah, we shall see. It's nice to start getting rumored to people.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
it's
going to happen more and more because I mean, again, we have to sign a bunch of first teamers, so it's going to happen. Speaking of Pavon, we have an update on Pavon because we have a weekly Pavon update tracker or whatever you want to call it. It seems like he has returned to Boca training.
Yeah.
Seems like he doesn't need surgery on his ankles. So
Did you see the video?
Miracle.
Him training for Boca?
No, I haven't.
Look, it's just my theory. They very clearly want it to be like, Christian Pavon is here.
Yeah.
See him. Like he's at the end of the training line and he's trying to keep his head down. And as soon as he finishes, they're like, end, cut, clip away. I don't know. Seems like they're very happy to have him back.
Well, we'll see.
I don't know. I saw some posts today. I wish I should have screenshot it. But I think it was by Louis Fregosi saying Boca had rejected recently. Boca have rejected an offer in the region of $6 million.
Like $6 million, yeah.
Riquelme did not accept it because it is very far from the original purchase option of $20 million, which we know to be a bullshit number. The player will be operated on for the injury to his ankles. So that's from Luis Fregosi.
Yeah, but then it came out that he doesn't need ankle surgery because it's a miracle.
I know Boca said they weren't letting him take the surgery. I didn't know that he didn't.
No, he came out. He's like, no, I'm good.
I'm fine.
I think he went to the San Lorenzo training ground, and like maybe rubbed some dirt on it.
Did you see that rumor?
Yeah, I did see that.
Come on, baby. Come on. Oh, it would be perfect. We need him. We can use him.
I think the Galaxy might need him a little bit more.
Luis Fregosi tweeted at 9:13 p.m., so tweeted a little over an hour ago. Today, when I wake up, I will tell you here how was Pavon's loan to the LA Galaxy and what will happen in a few days. ... Bye! ! So,
Good old Twitter translator right there.
Watch this space. That's what all the reporters say. They just say, watch this space for more news. Next week, 6 days after it's announced that Christian Pavon's coming back to the Galaxy.
Clickbait, baby.
Breaking news.
So that's your Pavon. At this point, the Galaxy should just move on
Fuck that. If we can get him, if we can get them and we're squeezing Boca's balls right now, fucking squeeze away.
Squeeze them.
Squeeze the fuck out of them.
And then ride their jock.
What if you get him, like Tucker said, on a loan for $1.2 million a season?
What was that? I'm sorry.
If you get him
What
on
if you
a
just
loan,
maintain last year's loan?
Yeah. At a $1.2 million per season, isn't that you could theoretically tam that contract?
You know why that's great? You can't tam it. But you know why that's great? You know why it's amazing?
Why couldn't you tam a $1.2 million contract?
I don't remember, but we can't. I don't remember why, but we it's the same reason we didn't buy him down to begin with. But this is why that's great if you can get him on loan. Get him on loan for 2 years. Say Chicha doesn't work out.
Chicha.
2 years, you got Jonathan off, you got Cheech off, and you got Pavon's loan. And whomever is in charge, whether it's Greg or somebody else, pray to God it's still Greg. Now you got 3 DPs to work with, and it's DTK, Greg Vanney, who should have a very good working relationship by then. Mm-hmm. And if they don't, then I imagine somebody is gone. But you have 3 DPs to do a little bit of business with 2 years out, rather than buying a DP. I personally don't really agree with their, we're going to get a guy we have a 5-year commitment. Halfway through that 5-year commitment, we're going to sync up our next 5-year commitment. It's like, no, I can splash some money on one transfer window, go a little nuts. Let's have fun. Well, throw your dick around like your big team.
Look,
stop all.
We're hashtag rich Galaxy fans.
No.
Why? Because we have a rich team.
But the team used to throw their dick around like they were rich.
Throw that money.
But they
baby.
don't.
No, I know.
There's simps. They've spent $10 million on Hernandez when he hadn't done anything in 3 years.
They beta cucks.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
I know soy boy.
Yeah, soy boy beta cooks.
Which is like, I eat soy, I eat tofu, man. Fuck with soy. I don't know. I'll take Christian, but again, it's not the end of the world. Oh shit, FC Craft Brew. It's not the end of the world, but if
a bunch of these old school Lars coming in here right now.
Yeah, I think it's for the jersey raffle.
Is it really?
I think it's for the jersey raffle. But yeah, if you're in the live chat right now, there's a bunch of, or if you're listening after the fact, there's a bunch of old school Larses in the.
You should come join us on Wednesday nights on YouTube. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
We should do a round table at some point when the world goes back to normal, and get like Dagoberto and fucking Elmon and
I think
Silos
we wanted to do that at one point.
Yeah, we should do that shit, man. That'd be fun. Well, I'd like to do like a masterpiece theater. We get one in each week and then just drop that.
What's the guy's name who did that show?
Master P.
No.
Make him say, "Oh."
It was his theater, man.
Okay, it was. All right, cool.
Masterpiece Theater.
Masterpiece Theater. Yeah, I got it eventually.
George.
All right. Anything else before we move on to Andrew's call?
That's what I was gonna ask you. Andrew's got the
Liga G update,
and he's also got the First Friday
What?
bars.
Do you know who hosts Masterpiece Theater since 2008?
Tell me, Master P.
Gillian Anderson,
That's
like
weird.
Scully from the X-Files.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
That's kind of strange.
All right.
Because she's like in a bunch of shows now.
I mean, she had a big crush on her when she was in the X-Files.
She's in a show on Netflix called Sex Education.
Really?
Yeah, she's a
She's
sex
the old
therapist.
mom, yeah.
She's like the mom of the main character.
That's weird.
Good show. You should check it out.
You seen it?
Yeah, it's good.
It's all right.
It's good.
Is it all freaky deaky?
No.
No.
Oh, well, fuck it then.
All right, Benjamin, you want to play Andrew's call?
Yeah. Huh.
Ben's trying to work it out. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's not working right now. Hold on.
Ben's having technical difficulties.
Andrew's like, they never play my fucking goals every time I call.
McGraw!
My God. Why'd you turn into JR?
I don't know. Look, I'm tired. By God, he's killed him.
Well, here, what's next? And we'll try to loop.
Did you catch the Royal Rumble? Or...
Hello.
There we go.
This is your Liga G update from Andrew Alessano. Just do a quick update this time. Give you the standings. At the top, we have the last unbeaten team still alive. The only team that has not been beaten is Senor Papa. That would be Brun's team from ACB. He's 5 games in 5 with a goal differential of 11. It's the highest goal differential in the league.
High energy update.
They have been pretty staunch in defense, only giving up 3 goals.
Well written, too.
So, number 2, you got Rhino 96 FC with 12 points. Their only loss coming from Senor Papa. Right now, those would be the 2 favorites to lead into the final. They look like the 2 toughest teams right now. And then you have about 6 teams, all with 9 points. You have G Empire, De La Guerra Balampi. You have Beer Belly Boys FC, Walnut Park, and Pineapple Brats coming in at 7th. All 9 points. Everyone's still alive. It's a compact spot right there. And then you have 3 teams, which your boy Lars Salona with 6 points on the standings there.
Let's go.
So Barcelona, CD Angelinos, and Barachos with 6 points. Some teams have played 6. Most teams have played 5. With 11 teams on the schedule, that's how it works. Somebody's going to miss a game some weeks. And last, I'm sorry, it's Galacticos. They have yet to earn their points yet, but I think there's some changes made. There was some drama, high drama in Liga G this week with some trades being made. I know CD Angelinos is announcing something soon. I know somebody left Galacticos and is at Beer Bellies now, named Cupid. I think he's one of their better players. So shake up, it's all around the league. For all this information, you can go to Corner of the Galaxy's website. They have a Liga G tab that has basically the standings and most recent news, and it's got the club press and all the different clubs in there. So if you have any questions, you can reach out to the Liga G Twitter and find out from there. All right, guys.
Thank you, Andrew. We appreciate it. First of all, we're getting yelled at in the chat, so we got to give a shout out to our mentor, our Lars mentor, El Mon.
People
Vic.
don't understand.
Vic, what's up, Vic? We miss you. We want you in the show. Want you here.
It's not even on us. It's on the listeners. You guys should be asking El Mon for all of your life.
We got to make that a segment.
You got to ask El Mon, and we can do it easy. You can have people. This is how we do it. You have people email in or tweet in their El Mon questions. See, we used to do this thing on our old message boards back in the day called Ask El Mon. El Mon's one of the wisest men we know. A leader of men, if you will.
A man of men.
Oh yeah. Think of like
an Adonis.
Obi-Wan Kenobi and Maui crammed together in a big brown sexual entity. And you have El Mon.
Yeah.
So people would ask El Mon their questions about life, and then El Mon would hit you back.
He
with,
just oozes knowledge
Yes.
and sexual
Wisdom.
and sexiness.
Yes, like Batman in the Mobius chair. Wisdom, not the sexy part. I realized I started it when you said wisdom, and then you diverted, and I had to run with it. This is how we do it. We have people email in their questions, tweet in their questions. We record the audio, and then we have El Mon can record the audio at home, whatever, and then send it in. We can do an Ask El Mon segment.
Hey, Doc.
Hey, fool.
This is the Ask El Mon section. Yeah, I'd love
Let's
that.
do it.
All right.
Make it happen.
Moving on. This is what everyone's waiting for, right?
We do have Andrew's First Friday segment. You want to do that?
Oh, is
call,
that
or-
one too? Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I'll do that before
All
we do. And then
Let me
after
let people know we're getting ready to draw the jersey.
after this, we're gonna do the
Large
jersey
news.
draw. Oh, Jesus,
Large
Ben.
news. Talk about large news. Since I'm assuming you guys aren't going to play the drop,
been a
I'll
while.
sing it for you.
You got him though.
This is your boy, Samoa Bob, good friends with Andrew Alessano. Follow me on Twitter, so at Samoa Bob. It's not Andrew
High
Alessano.
energy, man. He's
It's
just
at
like
Samoa Bob. Just giving you some large updates. I got the season coming around the corner. If you have a design or thinking about making a banner, and you want to do it, reach out to me. And I can walk you through that process and tell you how it gets done, how the sausage gets made. Players report on February 22nd. There may be some large things coming out around that time, so keep an eye on the socials. Be more active on the socials for sure.
all right, I'm done with this.
And lastly,
No, he's fine.
Lastly,
You know what?
What? Lastly, what?
Dude, who cares?
Aren't we currently saving the most important part of our fucking show for the very
We're gonna
end
get
of it?
to it. We're gonna get
But
to
how
it.
do you know he's not saving the most important part of his phone call for the very end of it?
You know what? If he wanted to save the most important call
I'm
for the
gonna
very
do-
end of it,
I'm going to-
You know what?
No,
No,
I'm
no, no,
gonna
no, no,
demand-
no,
or I'm
no,
gonna
no.
walk
You,
out.
he,
Nah,
I
he-
demand you play the end of that fucking
You gotta play
phone
the
call.
end of that, dude.
dude,
You got to play the end
that
of
was the
call.
most low energy.
Ed,
Andrew,
I'm letting you know
Andrew.
Ed, I'm letting you know right now. I'm turning off my microphone. When he finishes Andrew's call, I will turn it back on.
Yeah, you gotta play it.
Twitter, Little Capo, and 8-Bit will be running the show. So if you want to come through, our first Fridays are fun. You get to learn some things. It's a Zoom call, so get excited. Maybe we'll do bar trivia.
Was it
something
worth it,
like
Tuck?
that. I don't know. We'll figure out something fun.
Worth it, Tuck? Worth it?
But get your alcohol ready. Just you have to have the alcohol ready for that day. All right. Keep it G, guys.
Ugh.
Really? Well, that was worth it. To keep the G was worth it.
Look, that's my boy. Yes, it was worth it. Fuck you.
You can't ask people to do shit and then not.
exactly. That's
I didn't ask him to do it.
That's a good point. That's a pretty good point.
But if we made it, if we made it a point to play it during the show,
And I regularly ask him, hey, is there anything you need to press on?
I texted him earlier in the week, said, hey, get us the League of G update. He had mentioned something about that, so I'm like, get us the League of G update because he forgot last week. So we texted
He just did though.
No, I know, but I didn't ask him for the First Friday thing.
That's large news.
I'm just saying 2 segments of Andrew, bit much.
oh my God, Ben, you're the worst.
Yeah,
all right.
you're Andrew. Next Wednesday,
3 segments.
come on down.
Actually, he's always welcome. He's welcome in the
Come on
studio
down, sit next
anytime.
to Ben. Actually, I got to figure out my
So
schedule.
I'm actually. I'm
we're gonna
cool
move
with
on
that.
from this fucking clusterfuck that Ben just created.
Yeah, next time, Andrew, call the show. Call live, man. You got the damn number.
Oh my God. All right, so we're gonna do the drawing for the 2012 third kit jersey. Tucker, if you want to get on the mic, because I'm gonna get off and do the drawing. So
Yeah, let me tweet out that we're doing it right now.
okay, cool.
So wait, what do you need me to do? You need me to get on that mic from?
No, yours is fine.
Okay.
So we raised. Was it close or was it about
Ben, you got the
It was just over $1,500.
just over $1,500? Amazing! Thank you guys. I mean,
So much.
I can't thank you enough for donating. It's going to a good cause. We're not pocketing any of this money. So thank you guys so much from the bottom of our hearts.
That's amazing.
It's very appreciative. We really appreciate your $5, your $100, whatever you put in. It's very much appreciated. And hopefully you win. What's the saying from the? Never mind.
May the odds be ever in
Yeah,
your
that's
favor.
what I meant.
I got
Right
you.
here,
Man.
right
I
here.
got you.
All right, Chris. So take over on the mic, sir.
All right. I don't know what I'm supposed to talk about, but Yeah, I'm just gonna. Well, you know what?
Dude, you could actually just grab the bag and.
I will. No, I'll talk.
Yeah.
I will talk about how incredible it is.
Yeah, can I just?
The amount.
No, I just want to say, Tuck, just before you get into that, like honestly, it's stuff like this that draws me to this community.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's the fact that it's more than just the team. You know, that there's a genuine concern for each other in the stands.
Well, and you saw, especially during this, this pandemic, it's just the way that the Galaxy family have come together to help out people who've lost family members and whatnot. It's been amazing, man, and it's such a trying and dark time right now. So it's been pretty amazing, and it just shows you the growth of the Galaxy community. It's been amazing.
Absolutely. I mean, and we were even a little reserved in when we originally posted that we were going to raffle the jersey, because I think that week there were 3 different.
Yeah, there was a couple
like crowdsourced, like, hey, my parent died. Hey, my aunt passed away. Hey, my uncle passed away. And so we were like, Jesus, you feel, even though it's for a good cause, like you feel like, man, I don't want to add to this pile.
Mm-hmm.
But people I mean, that's way more than I expected.
Yeah.
And a big thank you to everyone who retweeted us.
Yes.
Spread the word.
Thank you to Josh and Corner of the Galaxy. Anyone who's
ACB.
Everyone who's retweeted, who's done any, that's even little things that helps,
Well, I saw people tagging people who weren't in the, greater Galaxy Twitter sphere, them tagging friends of theirs who were, I click on their bio and you can see that they're Galaxy fans, but like, hey man, here's an opportunity for you to go raffle this off. Like, the person didn't have to go do that.
Yeah.
And even if it's selfish, like it's to help your friend, it's in a way that's benefiting, really, really good people who really appreciate what you were doing for them.
All right. So let's do it. Let's draw the name. We have
another drum roll, Chris.
We have all the names in this bag. I'll give it a good shake.
You're not on camera. Move it more to the other. There you go.
Moving. Do a real shake.
Pick
all
the
right.
fucking name.
Not looking. Have it. I have it right here.
All right, hold on. Little suspense. I mean, like, this is where we need like a commercial break or something like that.
I'll do my deep, sexy voice. And the winner of the LA Galaxy 2012 Dirt Kit jersey is Vince B. I don't know if they can really see that on the camera. Vince B.
Congratulations,
sir.
Who the fuck is Vince B? Congratulations,
sir.
Vincenzo.
We should have all the information in the email, so I'll look that up.
We will get in contact with you.
And real quick, a quick shout out to my 13-year-old daughter who helped me out by writing all the names on those cards.
Yeah.
So, and thank you to everyone who bought tickets, of course.
Thank you again, everyone. You've done a good thing for good people.
So much more than we could have even imagined.
Vince, I will reach out to you if you don't hear from me in the next day or so. Shoot us back an email at show@Riot Squadcast, and we will get the jersey out to you.
Congratulations, Vince.
Congratulations. Thank you all from the bottom of our hearts. It's very, very nice and heartwarming to see everyone who chipped in and got in their entry. So thank you so much. Maybe we can do this more often during the season and raffle some jerseys off and do more good stuff for good people. So
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of causes that watch the show. I mean, just thinking of AFCHA that comes to mind, So yeah, it'd be cool to do more stuff like this.
Yeah. All right. Benjamin, I think it is lightning round time, sir. Pew 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 pew.
2 more pews.
Pew pew.
There you go.
Double time. Pew pew.
It's
It's doing some Tybo.
Oh, okay.
No.
You know way more about Tybo than I do.
You never did Tybo?
How much do you know about
Tybo? No, I watched the infomercial for Tybo.
So we had the VHS tapes.
Billy Banks?
Billy Banks. And that's what he said. Double time. That's when you do the exercise faster.
Super punches.
The double tap?
Yeah. Double time. And then he would just do.
Yeah.
Wasn't he like lightning time or something like that also? Like,
I thought it was double. I don't remember. Honestly, dude.
Tucker's going to find this out.
I was a fat, pudgy teenager doing Tybo, so I don't know what to tell you.
You think the first thing I thought was like, Did he do double time or lightning time?
Hey, man, the way your mind works, yes, that is exactly what I thought.
Oh, man. My first thing was like, actually, Ed, we're discussing Billy Blanks.
I was tripping the first time I saw that dude in a movie.
What did you think? Where do you think my mind went to when we started discussing Billy Blanks?
No idea.
I was like, wasn't he on WMIC Masters? Do you remember that show?
Was he really? I love that show. I had action figures. I had the belt.
I want that belt.
I was about that, dude. I was about that show.
You know what show we're talking about?
No.
He was on that show, right?
I don't
feel
think
like he was
so.
on that show.
I
Is this
don't know.
another
Anyways,
We'll find
Benjamin,
out.
we're like 2 hours into the show already, so let's get going. We
I
can't
know.
divert for another 15 minutes on Billy Blank's acting career.
You know what it is? I think his name was like
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
I think his name was like Turbo or Cyborg or something, but I'm mixing him up with the black dude with the long braids.
That is definitely very 90s, and that's a very possibility of
Remember
what his
him?
name was.
But like the black dude he had long dreads. He was like,
Oh, no, that wasn't him. No, that's not him. Because he was in Mortal Kombat, too.
that's who I'm fucking it up with.
Yeah.
Because he gets killed. Is that the same dude?
That same dude.
Looks like a Snoop Dogg with long
Yes.
braids. Okay,
So
He gets drained of his soul
I know
by Shang-Chi.
exactly what you're talking
Or whatever
about.
his name was.
the first lightning round question.
I'm not even paying attention to them. I'm not lying.
It is.
Sucks his soul out.
Would you be Turbo
hard.
or Cyborg?
Like Ed on 3 dates. What?
Would you be Turbo or Cyborg?
Cyborg. Because that's what
Cyborg,
I'm
man.
thinking of.
Turbo sounds like such a stupid name.
Yeah, WMAC Masters was a fucking shit.
Turbo.
I love it because Erica's gonna come home tomorrow and be like, "What is WMAC Masters?" I'm like, "This. I'm 6 episodes in. You want to watch it with me? You're married and stuck."
Well,
It would be better if she walked in and said, "Hey, Cyborg,
Hey,
let's watch this."
well, I got so excited because the show Dinosaurs is on Disney Plus now.
like the with the weird baby thing.
Yeah.
You ever seen the last episode?
I don't think I remember it, but
It's fucking
It's dark.
depressing.
It
is
is
it really?
Dark
You know what
as
ha- you-
fuck. Dude, you don't know. the last
I'm
episode?
gonna go
It's
back
like-
and watch it.
It's
All right,
famous.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
don't.
When some listener remind us of this. When you finish that show, you got to come in and tell us about it.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have some free time because I'm gonna be done with winter session.
I think
so
it is Turbo.
I might do some. Anyways,
Michael Turbo
Turbo's a,
Bernardo.
what'd you
Benjamin.
Say, Ed? What'd you say about Turbo?
Turbo's a stupid name. Lightning round. Let's go. Back on track.
Uncle Dishwasher wants to know:
What the fuck? Who am I looking for?
Best name ever, dude. Just let it go.
Well, that's not gonna happen.
I know. Come on. We should just actually let him look this up so that we can
No,
move
it's-
on.
it's trying to
because
find
we
it.
because we are
I'm gonna
not
find it
moving
now.
on until. So hey,
We're listening, Ben.
I'm just trying to live chat. Somebody help us out.
The black dude from WMAC Masters. There was one. All right, it's cool. I'm listening. Hakeem Alston. The Machine was his name.
Someone posted that too.
Because the only person I remember was Chris Casamassa, the Red Dragon, and I always felt really weird about calling a white dude Massa. So I was like, that's just a Red Dragon. I don't know about that. Casamassa's not.
Anytime, Ben.
You sure?
Anytime, sir.
Just watching
Bruce
Tuck.
Lee's daughter was on that
watching Tuck go down the rabbit hole is
It's nice.
like.
I'm waiting on him.
I know. I am too.
Uncle Dishwasher
I'm
wants to know:
doing my
Do you think at any point this year we'll have fans in the stands?
In LA, no.
In LA now.
All right.
Well, I mean,
That's
who
lightning
knows?
round question. That's lightning round answers. That's what I want to hear.
Newsom's opening up shit, so we'll see.
Recall Newsom, am I right?
As rich Galaxy fans, do you pull up in the stadium in Siani's McLaren or Accomplice's Ferrari?
Helicopter.
Beckham helicopter. I pull up in the BMW Abel Xavier almost hit me with.
I pull up in the the Supra that Gavin Glenn used to drive.
Oh shit. I pull up on the bus pass Mike Randolph used to get to the game.
That he had to borrow money from.
Oh, that's so sad.
Nah, he got one of those student discounts.
Yeah, man.
He was taking security classes at Cal State.
No,
Davis.
he's a sports player, so he's taking communications.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know.
Kinesiology.
I'm a French major. So what the fuck are you going to do with that? It's like, I don't know. I'm going to be a player. Are you?
Have you guys seen the new Philly kit? This is from
I have.
Yeah.
Outsider.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I did.
Like electric.
It's like if the Chargers made a soccer jersey.
Yeah. What do you think? I mean,
I love it, man.
Yeah, I like it. Anything that's not blue
Not
or
white.
white.
Not a
or
white
black.
kit. It's perfect.
Yeah, I'm all into it.
nice. Okay, if you could bring back any former player to add to the staff outside of Robin Fraser.
Ezra Hendrickson.
That's a good shout.
Ezra would be if I can't have. I got a little list. If I can't have Robin Fraser, I would want Ezra Hendrickson. And if I couldn't have Ezra Hendrickson, and this is where I was like, we'll wait on it because we're going to get there. I would love Paul Caligari.
Yeah.
Who's coaching down at OCFC. I was having a conversation just the other day.
FC or SC? I always
OCFC.
FC, okay.
OCSC is the one that's in USL.
Okay.
But that's where I was like, I was having a conversation about the league being at that age, aging out. We're almost at a point where Greg Vanney could have a press conference and someone's like, hey, we hear you're loaning out Didi Traore. And he goes, yeah, I'm loaning Didi Traore out to, if OC, in this fantasy world, OCFC was in the USL. And he's like, yeah, loaning the boy out to OCFC. I know Paul well. I knew Paul when I was coming through. He's a manager. So I gave him a call. I said, hey, Paul, do you need, or Paul gave me a call, say he needs a left back. I let him, take a look at the kids we had. Paul, I know Paul is going to give him good instruction. Like MLS getting to this point where, you've looked at Sunderland. It's been managed by ex-Manchester United players over and over and over again. They just keep getting Manchester United players on loan. But the league reaching this age where coaches can say like, yeah, no, when I came through, Paul was here. I've known Paul for my early years. I've known Paul for years. So I'm going to loan a player to Paul because I trust Paul. I know Paul's style. I know Paul's a man. I trust him. The league has developed to this point where it's not every manager for themselves. It's a group of guys who knew each other at a time, all working together, being able to help each other out and work with.
Well, if the guys know one thing, it's the boys club.
We know a billionaire boys club. But if we have all these guys around the league that operate off these branches of the Bruce Arena tree, this is where you're going to having these old school ex-MLS guys, these ex-Galaxy guys, starts to carry a little weight because they've been around for so long. They've done it, and their names are known. Their faces are recognized. I love the fact that the league has aged to this point where you could have in theory, you could have a coach say, because if Caligari was at OCSC and it was in the USL, so even without Paul there, OCSC is a perfect landing spot for a Didi Traore. He's relatively close. You can keep an eye on him. Yeah. You can go physically watch his game every week. It just in my fantasy world, it was nice that, Greg knew the coach and had played with the coach and, at an earlier level and now kind of sending a player out to help him out, but maybe for the future.
So we got that question from a couple of people that was off the post 18 and me, I'm not.
Yeah. Ezra, number 1, Robin, number 2, Ezra.
Well, I think I think the second one was like a mental coach or something like that, or psychology.
Yeah. He just included that, like any coach for skills, mental, anything.
For mental, Dima.
Yeah. Motivation.
Yeah.
Nice.
Talk about a butcher.
So Rocker DA says, Moon, but look at our roster and the projection of that roster.
So he posted 3 times. You have to reorganize his Instagram answers.
Yeah, okay, so let's just move on to Rodrigo Rodriguez. Okay. Says, are we ever going to get the complete story with what happened to Chicha and his wife?
I hope not. It's none of your fucking business. That is a man going through, and it even happened last year. That's a man going through trauma and needing some healing and having to do it publicly.
But I'm shocked. It's like he has his video blog thing or whatever.
Yeah. Appreciate what he chooses to share with you.
It's got to come out on that sometime.
Doesn't have to. Well, I'm
just saying it's gonna.
If that's part of his healing process, then I'm all for it. But I don't want to.
Guys, let him. His wife get fucked in peace, all right, guys?
Dude, as long as his healing process doesn't include stalking in an M16, we're all right.
I don't mind his old lady messing around with some dude, as long as they're on the same page. As long as they're both on the same page, or with whether they're separated or. And even if they're not, if she's done and he ain't done, he needs to get his fucking shit together and move on.
He's putting himself in that jam. He looks like he's like,
do the work. This is what you do when you're going through a bad breakup. Like, get fat, eat all your shit, eat all your crappy food, do what you got to do to psychologically and mentally survive. Once that shit's done, go get to work. Like, you can't just sit and fuck. Eating ain't gonna bring her back. Eating sure as shit ain't gonna bring him back. Like, if you want to eat to feel bad in a controlled way that works for you, eat, feel bad, mourn your relationship for a day, mourn it for a weekend, mourn it for a week. After that, fucking tie your shoes and get the fuck back to work. Because what are you gonna do anyway?
Did he cry with some Oreos? Is that what you're saying?
I hope so. Men need to cry, man. That's why fucking men keep shooting all these places up and doing all this crazy shit. Fucking cry. There ain't nothing wrong with crying. You gotta cry. Don't cry all the fucking time. Don't cry to me. Don't cry in public. Cry at home.
I don't want to hear your emotions. Don't come to me.
I don't.
But do it though. But not to me.
Yes. Exactly that. Exactly the thing you just said. Express your emotions. It's not remotely close to that. But express your emotions. Talk to your people. Get your words out. Get your feelings out. Talk through all the feelings you have while you're having them, so they don't fucking fester and they don't turn into something worse. Pass that shit off to your kids, assholes, because that's really what men do, is they don't fucking deal with their emotions and they pass all their bullshit off to their kids, and then their stupid piece of shit kid goes and treats some woman bad. So fucking be a man, deal with your shit. It looks like he's dealing with his shit. He gained a bunch of weight and now he's lost a bunch of weight and he's working his ass off. He just saw his kids the other day. I think he's hanging with his fucking boy. Look, how do we fix Chicharito? Now play it. How do we fix Chicharito?
I'll turn this off.
No. How do we fix Chicharito? This is how we fix my man. What is he doing? He gained a bunch of weight, right? And he half-assed his job, right? During the morning periods, gained a bunch of weight, half-assed his job. Job didn't really matter. What is he doing now? What's he doing now? He's eating paleo. This is just from his Instagram. He's eating paleo. He's working out like crazy. He's running and hiking with his boys. And he fucking plays video games all day. That guy's life ain't better than yours? You're all worried about Javier Hernandez? What the fuck are you talking about? You're talking about a guy who's a national team legend for his country and is making at least $6 million to live in Los Angeles? Just got a coach he doesn't like fired while the whole team is getting rebuilt around him? And he's lost 10, 15 pounds hanging out with his boys playing Call of Duty? And y'all worried about him? The fuck? Worry about me. What the fuck are you talking about? Come on. Chicha's fine.
Yeah, he's good.
We had a Chicha revolution, baby. It's all good. He might be terrible.
George,
I don't know. He might be terrible.
That's the picture I want to see.
The Chicha revolution?
Yes.
Him with a Che hat on. Just him on a Che shirt.
I was thinking more like Russian propaganda style poster.
Either of those are fine with me.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready for Rocker RDA? We're going to read all three. Ready?
You figured it out?
Yeah, well, no, I haven't figured it out, so I'm just going to read all three.
It's a puzzle that he did 3 posts.
It's a mind puzzle. It's my man Vlad.
To, put it together.
My man Vlad from Seattle. He has weird fucking writings.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You got it, Ben?
You want to read it, Ed? All right, so check it out.
I'll pull it up.
It's Moon, but look at our roster and the projection of that roster. And then, but is the Galaxy bringing in old faces to cover up failure? I mean, look at Tuck. He's over the... so that must have been the first one. That must have been the first one.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a puzzle where like you had to like piece them together.
So, but is the Galaxy...
This guy's our national treasure.
Yeah. But is the Galaxy bringing in old faces, or no, actually he says bringing up old faces to cover up failure? I mean, look at Tuck. He's over the moon, but look at our roster and the projection of that roster. Good luck fitting all the signings we've made in on the show.
Okay.
That's what I'm guessing. That just seems to be...
Well, I think I understand what he's saying. I think the spirit, and what's his name?
Rocker RDA.
Rocker RDA. If I'm incorrect, please correct me, and we'll correct it next week. I'm gonna forget about it. I think his question is, are the Galaxy only bringing back these faces to appease people like me, right? Mm-hmm. To appease people who are so angry about the direction of the team, Vanny and Kalishman and Hartman and all that like they'll help pacify. I hope you're wrong. I don't know that you're wrong. I believe that you're wrong, but I certainly hope you're wrong. If they're worried about what I think about the direction of the organization, they have far, far, far bigger problems. No, I think these, like we were talking about earlier, they're the right guys at the right time. And it happens to work out. And if it was another year, if it was a year earlier and GBS was tanking a year earlier, we wouldn't have Greg Vanny because he wouldn't be available. It's the right guys at the right time. As far as the roster is concerned, and as far as the projecting of all that stuff, like we got a ton of holes, man.
Yeah.
Relax. Also, if there is a lockout, it's a lot easier to pay Jalen Neal $66,000 than to pay Tim Parker $700,000.
Well, if there's a lockout, they ain't getting paid.
Well, but it's if you're balancing who you have, and who you're going to owe money out to.
Yeah, I think that's a kind of a big issue with the team right now too. I feel like they're waiting on
to find out
the CBA
what their
results.
next moves are going to be. I wouldn't be surprised by that at all.
Yeah.
All right. If you want to leave us a late round question on day of the show, go check out our Instagram.
Instagram.com/Riot Squadcast is where we're going to be posting those up. Because Ben wants us to have people go to that more often.
Yeah.
Have you seen Ben's been posting more on Instagram?
I didn't see that. I haven't noticed that.
Yeah.
Are you real? Okay.
I saw him post.
That was good. Before you said that, I was literally getting ready to go after him. Like, why didn't you fucking post on Instagram, man?
All right, boys. Anything else before we
Andrew, phone call.
Anything else before we get out of here?
No.
No, man, I'm good.
That's
Everybody
it,
be
man.
nice to each other.
Benjamin, where can they find you on the social, sir?
You can find me at DT Radio Ben on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram at Ben_Aranda.
You can find me at ZeroCool138 on Twitter and Goodreads.
There you go. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at EdTheZombie13. You can find the show on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Just search Riot Squadcast. Make sure you're liking. Make sure you're sharing. If you are on YouTube, subscribe. Turn on those notifications. You can get notified when we go live, baby. We want you here.
And go to all our socials and retweet this or like it and do all
Please,
that. Even if you listen live, go back.
Mon wants me to tell his 2009 story before we leave.
No, that's another day.
Yeah.
It's another day. Victor.
All I can say.
Why
we'll
doesn't he come in and tell it?
Yeah, we'll get Montez in here and
We
he can
got
tell it. But to give you a little teaser, you just remember, fuck niggas with bitches.
That's all you gotta know.
Miss you, Montez.
all
See
you
you soon,
gotta
brother.
All right. Thank you guys so much.
He's like Ed in the bathroom passed out. You remember that shit?
Oh, yeah. Not even like... Okay, anyway, that's another day. Thank you guys. We love you. Please make sure you're following us on our social medias. Again, for the jerseys, we appreciate you guys for your donations.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
your entries. Again, Vince B will be reaching out to you. Also, congrats to Walter on his win for The Biggest Loser. Keep with it, guys.
Congrats to Mark Parker on his biggest
On
win
his-
for Biggest Loser. Congrats to
and-
producer Ben.
Yeah. He'll get it back in like 2 weeks.
Fuck Tucker's friend.
His fat ass will get off the keto and gain the ball back in a week and a half.
And then I'll win it again. Biggest Loser 4.
What do you want to do? March?
Yeah, that sounds good.
We can do March.
We're just skipping every month.
We'll give you guys a month
Every other month.
to prepare and to get in a good place for it. You can choose to pack on a bunch of weight and win,
There you go.
or you can choose to cut all the toxins out of your body and get ready for the month
Remember,
and then fucking go hard.
It's percentage. It ain't how much you lose.
I'm going to do a
percentage.
juice cleanse for March.
All right, guys. We love you. We love all you guys. Take care. Be safe. Wear your mask. Take care of each other. We love you. Bye.
Fuck you, Brian. Suck a dick, bitch.